time is now.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. It is match day with me and the Mighty Win here at the Amex. I hope you're all really, really well on this Saturday afternoon. Am I really happy that this has come round? You betcha. I'm just going to turn I've got my voice coming back in my ears, and it's so strange when you listen to yourself in your ears. It just keeps the other person that's in my head company. I suppose before we get into today's show, we have got the news and everything else. But I suppose we'll do the housework and then we'll crack on. So welcome to everybody that's across all of the platforms that are watching us. Thanks to everybody that works in the background. Crazy job that you guys do in the background, but it's always spot on. People in viewerland, please smash that like button for us. It is amazing the stuff that you do, but if you can keep doing it, it certainly helps us grow as a channel. Subscribe, totally free for you to do so. And if you subscribe, obviously, then all of the content that you see coming up, you will have that ability to watch. But if you want to watch us live, then hit the bell. The future content, and we do 2 shows a day on days. So if you hit that bell, you'll get a 30-minute reminder to come and watch along with us while we're live. We very rarely edit anything that we do, as you can see by the amount of times I've screwed up already. If you want to support this, you can become a member. There is only one membership now that you can get on board with because it was causing confusion in the background. So jump on board with a membership if you can afford to do so. If you've got a question during the build-up, then please try and throw a Q in front of that question. It just helps me and Win just to try and highlight it in the chat. There's usually lots of chat going on in the background, so if you can do something different, it does give us a chance to look at it. But again, apologies if we don't mention everything. So if you do want to guarantee it, use that $sign. Follow the instructions, throw us a Talk TV super chat, and that'll guarantee your message read out. If you've become a member during the show, or any of our beautiful members out there, and we've got loads of them that throw them and gift them out, we'll be highlighting and thanking you all as we go through the show. So again, jump on board with that. And if you really do want to, you can still jump on board with a £5 entry fee to participate in the Prediction League. You can do it before 3 o'clock today if you're quick. And it's just predicting all of Newcastle's games, which is easier said than done. I wished. Top 6 get a prize. Top 4 get a cash prize. 5th and 6th get a prize to more than your entry fee. Me and Win, like I say, I suppose excited about this one. We have not really seen a decent game at the Amex, as in a scoreline game, for some time now. So is today the day we change the voodoo?
I think potentially it could be.
And your reasons for that potential could be?
I just think we're starting to click.
Right.
I think Walter Morta's starting to fit in nicely. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The lads are getting to know his game. He's getting to know their game. I think they're having... What I noticed most of all against Forest was the Bruno in particular is not frightened to pass the ball now to Voldemort in that half space, as you call it, even if he's got players around. We've had a tendency very, very much to shy off passing to a player who looks as though he's being shepherded, for want of a better expression.
Yeah. I agree.
So as a result, we play the easy, safe ball, which results in the pendulum and results in the triangles that we've seen. Now we've got somebody in the middle of the action who the team are beginning to... The confidence is growing that they can pass to him and they ain't going to lose possession.
Yeah, he certainly he seems to bring a totally different dynamic, doesn't he?
Yeah.
to the game. You know, you look at the way Newcastle build up now, and like I say, it was very much down the wing. Now we've got I mean, I'm not saying we take that away, but I was interested.
That's the other aspect that I've got the confidence for, because it would appear that Anthony Gordon is coming into a bit of form.
Yeah,
Long overdue, some people would say, myself included, really. You know, he's always had the work rate, but now he's starting to put end product there. For England on Tuesday, he was going outside the defender with success on occasion. He won the man of the match. So let's hope that form continues into the day, and let's see how we go on. I'm quietly confident, shall we say?
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, me too. Very quietly confident. Hence, I've put my scoring as 2-0 to Newcastle in the prediction league, and it's purely because the ones that you're reliant on, and I'll say reliance in a way that confidence comes to mind, and I look at all of our players, you know, the ones that really make a difference. Now, yeah, for me, the two middlemen in our centre half partnership, if you like, the centre backs, wasn't involved in international duty, which for me is a positive because it gives them that break and a rest. But they'll be motivated to prove that they can perform at a level that quantifies them to be involved in the World Cup. So for me, it's a case of we've got that quality at the back. Yes, people are always going to question, you know, is Dan Burn going to do a job for us? And the question mark is Eddie Howe utilising Dan Burn as a left back going to cause a problem for Tuchel to pick him for the World Cup squad because he's not playing in that position? Now, you know, like Eddie said in the presser,
it doesn't appear to have done because
exactly, and that's what I said. You know, at the end of the day, Tuchel seems to look at the player and what the player brings to the team. And Eddie Howe said, you know, whatever you give Dan Burn as a job to do, he'll do his best for the team. Yeah, not as an individual, and I think that's where people start to look at the difference. You know, Dan Burn isn't a left back. We know that, and I'm not saying by any way, shape, or form that he is a left back. But who else do we play there? Apart from Kieran Trippier, who I'll completely be honest with you, hasn't floated about up at all this season. He's had periods of games where he's been absolutely fantastic, and periods of games where I think he's probably been one of the ones that you point a finger at to cut, you know, it's put us under a bit of pressure. And I look at this. I don't know who's playing with the screens at the minute. I look at what we've achieved. No, it must be Chris in the background because I was looking at. We seem to be floating at the minute when I put the share screen on, and I was trying to look at different screens. I was going to show you guys the goal that we had. We scored the last time we were at Brighton. And unfortunately, it doesn't give you
that was Isaac's penalty, wasn't it?
Well, no, it wasn't. It was the last time we actually won at Brighton.
Oh, won?
Not scored and got a point. I'm on about scored and actually got a result.
The Army.
Was the Army's fluky goal. Yeah. I'll throw this on the screen, and like I say, you can see this. Now, for me, I wouldn't mind another one like this one, if I'm honest with you. Get punch clear, and then obviously it was a miss hit, 2 deflections, and into the top of the net. And I'll tell you something now, I'll have that all day, every day, if it meant we get the 3 points.
I can't even remember that strip.
No, you know, that was one of those...
It was a weird strip.
Yeah, it wasn't the best strip I've ever seen us wear, if I'm honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
Just on the subject there, Wonga were the sponsors there.
Yeah.
And there was an awful lot of stick came Ashley's way for, you know, using Wonga paid the loan company
Yeah.
for sponsors. I've got to tell you, if it hadn't have been for Wonga, I wouldn't have been able to fork out my season ticket money in time. Back in the day, that's how skinned I was then, because my season ticket was up, and I just needed it to tie this through literally till payday, which is what they were. And without Wonga, I wouldn't have been able to afford my season ticket.
No, it's a weird one, isn't it? When you think of all the little things that we have to do to try and make ends meet. At times to do what we, to do the stuff that we love to do. Right then, let's have a quick look at the Brighton lineup, and then we'll try and work out some type of formation to see how they're going to play. So this is the Brighton lineup. Again, apart from one player, I think I got every other one right when I predicted the Brighton lineup on Thursday. Verbruggen, Dunk, Van Hecke, Jorginho, Minte, Baliba, Welbeck, Kadioglu, Gomez, Ayari, Wifa, and obviously, Herzler's the head coach. The only player that's come in is obviously Jorginho, and I would imagine they've used, because obviously they played Minte out on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side, and I can imagine against Newcastle, Minte will go up against Dan Burn, and Jorginho will play, even though he's really an out-and-out striker, he can play out on that left-hand side, Jorginho. So I would imagine they'll still remain with the 4-2-1-2-1, if that's the way you want to look at it, 4-3-3, which is the easiest way of saying it. But they do usually drop two deeper in midfield with one player going forward, which is Gomez, number 25. So he'll go and support in that high 8-10 role. Jorginho, I would imagine, will work the channel on the diagonal rather than stay out wide. And we'll know that, obviously, he'll try and support Welbeck a lot of the time. And Minte will be the one that hugs the touchline. That will be Dan Burn.
And try and get into a
one-on-one situation. So, yeah, it's certainly one to watch. Now, the headlines that we all saw, well, I say I don't know, but we all saw it, was, and this was a strange one for me, if I'm honest. I've just lost the ability to change my screen, so bear with me a second.
Frozen.
Yeah, I've completely frozen. I'm going to jump out, Win, and then I'm going to come back. So if you can carry on, my friend, that'll be grand.
No probs. Let me just get my gear up. There we go. So it's they'll be lining up for Verbruggen in goal. Wifa, Dunk, Van Hecke, and Kadioglu across the back four. Well, Dunk and Van Hecke we know all about. I don't know that much at all about Wifa and Kadioglu, but that could account for why they're why their defence is not as solid as it has been. Baliba, who Man United were after, of course, in Ayari in midfield. And as Gary was saying, Minty up against Big Dan. That's where everybody's saying they should be targeting us because of that. He's our weak link, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, let's have a look at Newcastle's lineup then, because, like I say, you can take this for what it is. We knew the type of players that they were going to put out, because and that's why I was trying to source the chronicles before my computer decided to go awry on me. This is Newcastle lineup then. With Pope, Trippier, Botman, Joe Linton, Tonali, Gordon, Chow, Ilanga, Voltemada, Byrne, and Bruno G. No real surprises there. But if I tell you the headline on the Chronicle, which is something like Brighton versus Newcastle live, early team news, and Eddie Howe has to take a gamble. And I'm like, what? where's the gamble in this? Because I can't see any gamble when I actually look at this.
That was more or less. It was a toss up between Murphy and Alanga. That was the only, question in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at the bench then. Ramsdale, Shaw, Barnes, Kraft, Asula, Murphy, Willock and Ramsey, and Miley. So the 3 question marks, if you like, well, definitely 2 question marks, was obviously Ramsey's fitness. Is he fit to start, or is he going to be on the bench? And as we know, it's going to take some effort from any of the lads on the bench, Willock, Ramsey, Miley, the midfield 3, if you like, so far this season. Potentially J7, the weak link in that midfield. But again, to do a job, it's hard to replace them, isn't it?
It's impossible to replace them. I'm saying impossible. If we have to, we'll have to, because there's always a chance of injury. But you've just got to, last season when Miley had to come in, he did a job. Was he as good as the person he was replacing? I would argue probably not. But that's why you've got a first team and a bench.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the person that I'm really looking forward to having a go and have a look at today is Anthony Gordon. If we can control
and Elanga, to be fair.
Well, Elanga deserves. I mean, I feel somewhat, upset with Elanga, and I feel sorry for him because a couple of games where he's actually shown up for Newcastle, we haven't had a striker to get him on those notes and those. Because at the end of the day, people just see stats, don't they? We watch the games week in, week out, so we understand what he's trying to achieve. But when you actually put it down on paper, the only thing that anybody ever looks at these days is stats. And if your XG isn't where it should be, then obviously he's not having a great season. So he's been very indifferent. I agree with you, and I'm expecting to see a lot more from both the left side and the right side. And we both watched and did the watch along against Latvia, where I thought Anthony Gordon was probably, I've seen his best performance this season. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, yeah. I thought Elliot Anderson was unlucky not to get man of the match.
Well, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
But Gordon certainly was up there, pressing him with his goal and potentially another 2 assists. if they'd been finished, if Kane had been doing the business.
Yeah. But I agree.
No, very, very happy with Gordon's performance. As I say, let's hope this is largely where my confidence is coming from today. Let's hope that he carries that through.
Yeah. I agree, mate. Like I say, for me, it's about the performance levels. For some unknown reason, I'm going to have to start that up again because I think that's the reasons why I froze. Because I was trying to put down the one change in my team that I had for Newcastle, but unfortunately, it seemed as though it took the whole thing off my screen. Apologies. I do this. Can you do the chat for me? Because I am just going to bring in the players that I thought was going to play, and just make a couple of adjustments to the Brighton lineup, if you wouldn't mind.
So Tony T is saying, didn't Win say only yesterday, if you can't afford it, don't buy it? Now he's getting payday loans.
Yes. Love it.
Fair point, Tony, but needs must. Put it this way, there's no way I would be getting a payday loan for to buy a limited edition Adidas bit of kit. That's the difference. I consider a season ticket to be slightly more important in my life than a bit of fancy clothes. Okay. And Trolls Same here, got a feeling we're going to smash it. Well, listen, if Trulls is
Oh.
feeling confident, we've got nothing to worry about.
We've got nothing to worry about. Absolutely not.
Squeaky Bum says Lewis Sewell. Minty v Burn. Queenie, 20T, hope you're doing well. And the crumpet is equally as crispy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I love that.
Steve Bunce is in, saying we've got a far superior side, so we should just have a go. Well, there's been a lot of questioning, shall we say, about Eddie's negative, in inverted commas, approach at Leeds especially. Why are we going 5 at the back against Leeds? You cannot compare Brighton and Leeds, let me tell you. Brighton are a different
animal.
Different animal to Leeds, yeah. What else we got here? Okie. It's more like I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Is that what you're going to sing, Bokey?
He still thinks we're on Friday night.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Can I just say, Win? Can I just say, while we're on that chat, because you know what? I want to thank everybody that was involved in last night's chat till the early hours. You gave me such a smile. Bless my missus had been on a 14-hour shift, so she was absolutely wrecked. I was listening to the Friday night show with my headphones on, and literally just smiling. And then I had the absolute pleasure this morning, while I was doing all my fish tanks, to start reading some of the comments. And I'll tell you something now, it was a pleasure to read. None of the negativity, which is often around the Newcastle lot. It was just pure fun, banter amongst friends. And I have to say, well done to all of you, because, like I said, it certainly made my morning a lot brighter than it usually is when I'm working.
And Steve Bunce is saying, we don't play well without Joey Linton. He's so underrated. He's very skillful, but people keep watching out of there behind.
Yeah. Well, that's not always.
I think
it's a bit of both, isn't it?
The criticism that J7 gets, by and large, is that he is not sufficiently technically capable. And I think that is undue in a lot of cases, because he has got occasionally he has got a nice touch, and he can do all the, apart from the bulldozer work, he can find a pass. But compared to Tonali and Bruno, he hasn't got their technical ability. But I agree with you. We are a poorer side without him in it.
Yeah, he's a frustrating watch. I'll be honest with you, because listen, from where he's come from to where he is now, you can't question. It is phenomenal. The thing for me is the fact that he causes problems to the opposition. He's a stopper, right? But it means you lose to a degree. You lose a player. Because apart from stopping, you have to question what else does he brings in, because he doesn't win a lot in the air for his size. Yeah, he's strong and yet he bounties off players, but he doesn't win a lot in the air. Sometimes he's passing. He does give the hospital balls a bit too regular for me. You look at what he should be able to bring you. So that's what I said. He's a frustrating player because he's got something. And he adds so much to this squad, but I just think he could be a little bit better. But for me now, was he 28 now? Can you teach old dogs new tricks? Well, we've taught him one trick, and that's how to be a bloody good midfielder. But he'll never be the finished article. He'll never have that finesse the likes of Tonali or Gilmares does. And that's what I said. For me, he's a frustrating player rather than... And this isn't me knocking him, by the way. because I love what he brings to the club. And what he brings to the team, because again, he's another player that does wear the black and white on his heart, and I love to see that smile. I just wish he wouldn't foul as many times. I just wish there's certain things we could take out of his game, but like a lot of players like him, once you start taking that out of his game, you lose the player. So I think we have to be careful not to try and teach the old dog too many new
Careful what
tricks.
you wish for.
Yeah, too many new tricks, because, like I say, we are literally the way I look at it now. Without him in the side, yeah, you're right. We aren't the same side, and I agree with everything that he said. But when you say talking out your backside, I just think, like I said, you've got to take sometimes romance out of the conversation.
No, I think the expression was watching.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing, isn't it? And like I said, for me, I believe there's a better midfielder out there that can be more influential on the Newcastle system, and that's why you will always get a criticism from me with J7. Even though I think he's done a phenomenal job, I just think at this present moment in time that he's
There's potentially
better
somebody
players
who could do better
and do the same job. That's what I'm saying. Because, like I say, apart from stopping, he doesn't always do the other end for me. But anyway, enough of that. Let's have a quick look at what I believe is going to be the setups. And I suppose I've put it on the big screen because obviously there's a lot of people that say that they struggle to see it. And for some unknown reason, because we've got the chat in one side and everything else, it gets a little bit squashed up. So I suppose the main concern is Dan Burn, isn't it? And I suppose if you look at the setup with Minte, because I think Rutter will probably play this type of area to support Welbeck. Gomez will drop into the 8/10. But it'll be Minte that drops out. He'll be the one for me that'll try and hug the line to allow Gomez to drop into these areas. So who supports Dan Burn if he gets stuck on the halfway line? So again, this is why I said when somebody says, "Is there a solution?" Well, for me, it's a simple one. You bring everybody across 5 yards. I know then what people will say, by doing that, you lose the run of Trippier, but. Sometimes when you're away from home,
only during that particular phase of the
game
of
play, exactly, and that's why I believe you've got Elanga in there rather than Murphy, and I think that's if you look at and read the Chronicle, what they're saying is he's brought Elanga back in for a purpose, for a reason, and that's the gamble. It's got nothing to do with looks like we're looking. Very closely at an Argentinian. I'll have a look at that information in a minute and I'll bring it to you. So for me, it's a case of, you do lose a player down that right-hand side, but I think that's the rationale of why they are seriously looking into Elanga's pace more than anything else. It's to keep Kadioglu back rather than press on with Rutter. So if they can hover him on that shoulder and beat him a lot of the time, I think that is where we have got the advantage.
Trolls are saying there, I just hope Trips passes the ball to Elanga when he runs instead of passing it inside, and that was certainly a feature of the Forest game. That
it was
twice Elanga made the run, and he wasn't picked up by Trips. And twice, Trips was looking for him, but Elanga had stopped doing it because he wasn't getting the ball. And again, this is building confidence and building up partnerships.
Yeah.
So that if you remember when Trips and Almiron were working together, that was always the first place Trips looked always. Was there space in front of Miggy that he could run onto? And if there was, he would invariably play that ball.
Yeah.
And Miggy knew he was going to play the ball and he'd be prepared for it. And often we got the drop on the opposition.
On the opposition, absolutely.
But
mean,
that telepathy kind of thing isn't there yet.
no.
But again, I think it's coming.
I think if you actually look at, like you said, some of the balls that Trippier tried to feed in down this channel, there was a couple of really good balls that were fed. I think that the biggest thing for me was, and again, I think you've got to take it for what it is. Trippier's game had to adjust from Miggy to Murphy, right? Because you've got a player that can get in and behind to a player that will come and drop in and want ball to feet, right? So Trippier had to adjust how he played the ball in behind. Now we've got Elanga. I think you're absolutely right. What we've got to start doing now is feeding the area very much to the point where you look at these areas here where Elanga can get to. If we can get the ball, so hold on, I don't want to do that. If we can get the ball into, if we can get the ball in and behind Kadioglu into this area with the right weight, I think Elanga is going to have a field day today. The problem for me is, can we stop Minte from having a really good game against Elanga? And I think that is going to be the question. If we can stop their press, which I can only assume is going to be very much highlighting Minte.
Well, Brighton have forced more high turnovers than any side in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
56 turnovers in the opposition third. With a league high of 13 of those turnovers ending with a shot.
Yeah, I think the thing for me though, mate, is these three. You know what I mean? If Bruno goes and supports, and I think that's what's going to have to happen today, he's going to have to try and get in and support Elanga to try and get into these channels, the gives and goes, so Elanga can get behind. We know Dunk hasn't got the pace. Hecker has. So we can't always rely on the pace of Voltemada because we know it ain't there. So it's going to be who runs in behind. You know what I mean? If we can get some of these diagonals,
players in front of Voltemada.
Yeah, we've got to get the diagonals for me. And like I say, the confidence should be completely with Anthony Gordon to try and get into here. And like I say, if we play a similar system to the way I believe Brighton are going to play and have Elanga out touching the line and bring Gordon in a little bit so he can go on the outside if he wants to, or he can come and support if he wants to as well. And like I say, if it comes onto the left-hand side, do the same. Bring Elanga in a little bit rather than hugging the touchline and try and get in off the shoulder of Dunk here. I think it's, to me, this is exactly what we'll see where we are in the league so far this season, this game. Because if you mirror Newcastle, you actually see Brighton because we are so similar across the board on all of the stats. So it is going to be one of them games for me that's it's going to be like it'll just see us for where we are within this season so far. Right then, let's have a quick look at.
Has channel ever consider doing a Super 6 league on Sky? Could be fun. No, don't know what that is.
You know, the Super 6 where you do the predictions. You pick out 6 Premier League games, and then you try and predict the scores for all of them. It's not something that we've thought about, if I'm honest with you, but it certainly could be something. I'm not being funny. We're going to say we've got enough with just doing the predictions for Newcastle. Never mind anything else. Let's have a.
To set one up, Tony, we'll certainly stick it in the chat, and anybody who wants to join could join.
Yeah. It looks like, according to Dominic Skur, we have Ross Wilson at Brighton today. But I suppose the good news, if you class it as good news, is that Newcastle are closely monitoring 19-year-old right back Dylan Gorosito. after the Under-20 World Cup exploits and could make a £15 million move, €15 million move in January. Don't know much about this lad, to be fair. He's not somebody that's come up on my
We'll have a
highlights,
look
if
at
you
that
like.
next week, should we?
But it's certainly something. But I suppose the exciting part for me is the fact that we are now scouring the South American market. We've certainly seen a couple of names crop up now from South America. But again, it means nothing. When you say scouts are looking, it's whether we actually go in for the move. I think that's more like it, if I'm honest. But Mr. Ross Wilson, just in front of the boss on his way to the dressing rooms or the stadium, whichever way he's walking. I've got the picture in front of me. Got some pictures of Big Nick on the screen as well. In front of me as well, having a look at the Amex Stadium, probably for the first time. A lot of these stadiums for Big Nick are going to be completely brand new, aren't they?
They are indeed. Yeah, well, most of them are. Well, I would think all of them are.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
every single one.
Well, it depends on how, I don't know, because the England under 17s, 18s go around the smaller stadiums. So it depends on whether he's been involved in much of the under 17s, under 18s competitions before, for Germany, before he makes that move. So he may have already been to a few of the grounds around England. Not 100% sure. What time we got? Oh, we got 20 minutes before kickoff, so we've got a little bit of time at the minute. Interesting.
We'll take 10 seconds of that to say, if you haven't already, smash the likes, folks. Cost you nothing, keeps we going. And we've only got 67 likes at the minute, with 200 and odd watching. So come on, hit the likes, please. Cost you nothing.
Cost you absolutely nothing. So let's. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if I can move this one up, because what I've got at the minute here is the most valuable squads at the minute. I don't know. Have you seen this one, Win?
I don't think so.
No. Well, we've got the most valuable squads appearing. I'll throw it up on the screen.
Is this transfer market values or?
Again, not 100% sure of the where it's come from. It's come from the Premier League because it's got the Premier League badge on. But I don't know where it's come from per se. But like I say, for me, it gives you some idea of what's happening. And if you think of where Newcastle, we've lost Isak, and yet we're still sixth with a plus 14% rise in the increase of the squad value. I'm surprised, if I'm honest with you. Are you?
No, I think that's about where I would expect us to. I certainly would not have expected us to be above Man United.
Yeah, but I mean, they seem to be happy to lose money hand over fist, don't they?
Yeah, but we're talking squad value. We know how much they've paid for.
Yeah, but
is that? Are they, for example?
If you have a look at the top here, look, after market value update. So what they're looking
value.
Yeah, this is market value update. So for me, like I said, that's surprising. But I think, again, it's a pat on the back for Eddie Howe for getting 90+% of our squad that have been in and around at a higher value now than when we bought them.
Yeah, I think that by and large goes without saying for every single. I mean, even Target, people go on about him because of his wages, but we only paid 15 million for him.
Yeah, It's
And,
no surprise for me to see Bournemouth the highest value at 17%, to be fair. And Sunderland, look, 17%. Wow.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they outspent us in the summer, man.
In the summer, absolutely.
Let's spend.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh! Sorry about that. That's my rabid dog. For someone down there, anybody comes towards my front door, and then that's it. He's the best ring alarm bell you can ever have, and that's without even banging the door. So I was pleasantly surprised at that. I must admit, when I first saw that. And you know, when you look at it, I'll show you this young lad next, who he's supposed to be heading towards. This is him here. Just put it up onto the screen so you guys can see. This is that young lad from Argentina, under 20s at the World Cup at the moment. He's the one who's supposedly the one that we should be.
Hang on, is he not the one? Because as we discussed last week, well, this week actually, they in the under-20 World Cups, they've introduced, for VAR, they've introduced the challenge system.
Yeah.
And there was I watched the Argentina-Colombia game, and the Argentinian defender, which I think may have been him, flew in and smashed into the ankle of a Colombian forward, and the referee gave a free kick. But the Colombian bench appealed because they thought it should have been a red card. And when you saw the replay, I thought, oh, red card all day long.
Yeah.
And they didn't give it. The referee, because the way it works is all that happens is the referee is then sent to have a look at the screen. And he looked at the same shots we were seeing, and how he did not think that was a red card. You know, if I didn't know better, I would think there's money changing hands in brown envelopes, because that is as clear a red card as you'll ever see in your life. And I think the defender involved was that lad there.
Right. Okay. It might have been. Like I say, I haven't seen much of this lad at all, to be fair. So I will. I can only,
Interesting. I'll try and check that out.
Yeah, but just so you guys are up to date with where we are, when we did the since the takeover, who's been the best the best players in position, and you'll be interested to know that the top 5 takeover signings for Newcastle under Eddie Howe. Sandro Tonali was number 1 by a country mile, in front of Wynn's favourite, which was Bruno. Then Tino Livramento was 3. Everybody seems to have really fallen for Tino Livramento. Nick Voltemada, obviously, I was surprised.
I think that's
he's excited a few, put it that way, in his short stint. And then obviously your second favourite now, and behind Bruno, he's from Blythe.
Yes.
So there you go. Them were the 5 that were in everybody's wish list for the best since the takeover. Best players that we've bought since takeover. So there you go. Just so you guys can keep up to date with where we are. So yeah, we are literally 15 or 14 minutes away from kickoff. So 0 curls in the chat again. Slot out. He's not. He's been with us for some time. You guys not got a game today? No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. I don't know where he is.
Well, just especially for him, Nick Voltemada faced a few questions the other day, and the away stadium that he's most looking forward to playing is, where would you say? the away stadium that he most looks forward most to playing at
Old
is
Trafford.
Anfield.
Oh, Anfield.
Anfield,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Toughest defender he expects to face, Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, yeah, I'm going to say.
Favourite ever Premier League player, Gerrard. Do you see a trend here?
Yeah, he's certainly, yeah.
And the most talented player that he has played with, Florian Wirtz. So that's a Liverpool clean sweep there. Anfield, yeah. Van Dijk, Gerrard and Wirtz.
Wow. Our young'uns didn't void very well this morning. If anybody's interested, they travelled to the Academy of Light this morning and unfortunately got thumped 4-1. Against the Mackems, the under-18s didn't void very well. If I'm honest with you, wasn't. Right. I couldn't see it. I was looking everywhere to try and find it. But they travelled to our side, and it was Finn Garagusian scored twice in 4 minutes for the Mackems to put them 2 up, and Marcus Neal's penalty first half added it to 3-0. Just at the interval, the young Magpies got one back in the 77th minute to Halfie Hutchinson. But there was a further goal for the Mackems in the 87th minute when Ivan struck.
Well, yeah, we've got your sound on.
I was going to say I was looking somewhere else. There you go. I don't know whether you that noise in the background. So it's an interesting one when you look at it. We are. People say, like I say in the chat, we are so far behind in the academy, and when you listen to the academy now, they don't really look at results anymore. They look at trying to get players ready, if that makes sense, and that doesn't always. According to it, Ange Postecoglou was sacked at the final whistle.
There you go.
According to
not even waiting
Ben
until
Jacobs.
The morning.
No, apparently he was called into the office.
Sacked at the whistle. Yeah,
you're gonna sacked at the whistle. Sacked at the whistle. Yeah. So there you go. Maricalis doesn't hang around.
That's got to be one of the shortest managerial tenures in Premier League history, I would say.
Oh yeah, crikey! It's
reportedly he was told this morning before the game, if you lose, you're out.
You're out. Yeah.
No pressure then.
Not. Yeah, exactly. No pressure required. Ronnie Turnbull is 2-0 win. Have you got Ron's scoring?
I'll put that in right now.
Queenie.
Yeah, Queenie's put it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Fabulous. Right. So
Marco there saying, watch Tripp's hand movements.
He keeps telling them.
He keeps telling those around him to slow down, but that's not our style. Well, I know he marshals the defence. I've seen him, but I can't say I've particularly noticed any kind of slow down movement.
I think a lot of it, though,
interesting to watch for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it now, though, is the fact that when he's saying it's about taking your time. And I think at times, like I said, we say about the mentality when you're really throwing. 39 days, apparently, he was in charge. I've just been informed. Ange Postecoglou, 39 days. So, yeah.
So that's less than, well, Clough was pre-prem anyway. That's less than his 44 at Leeds.
Yeah. So when you look at the way we play, and that fast pace, constantly fast pace, I think you've got to say, is that the reasons why we give so many balls away? Because we are trying to run before we can walk type of situation. And I think what Kieran Trippier is trying to do is say, calm down rather than slow down. Because, like I say, sometimes our passing has been quite erratic. So I think it's more the fact of calm down rather than slow down. That's how I interpret it anyway.
Right. So what else have we got here?
8 more minutes. So yeah, if you do the chat, I am going to try and get my backup game on just in
With
case.
this setup on screen, the only change I would make is Bird. Move him an inch to the left to the bench. that was when you had the lineups on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know where you stand, Bookie. Don't worry about that.
Well, like I said, you know, everybody. That's why I said I think everybody's going to highlight that area, you know, and you'd be completely flabbergasted if the opposition coach didn't see the weakness either. So, you know, we've seen it against lesser teams. I mean, USG is probably the worst team that I've seen against us, even though they're flying in the Belgian leagues. Even their coach realised, you know, in the second half, let's highlight that left back position because it looks like he's struggling when he's trying to get back. So for me, is do you lose a player going forward who's naturally left-footed? Or, and say to him, listen, we'll work on the right-hand side, we'll get Trippier up and we'll just shuffle everybody across to the right and keep him as a deep, more or less a 3 at the back? Or do you go in the same vein as I've just did and just said, go and play your natural game? Because I've got all the trust in the world with the lads that are behind you. So it is a gamble, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it ain't Dan's fault. He's doing a job for the club. He's not trying to be selfish here, and that's why I said I think sometimes we've got to stop this. How can I put it? We've got to stop the finger pointing situation.
Mark was saying there, one touch football. If Trips can't keep up, then how needs to some? Well, Trips is the one person who's not guilty of being unable to play well, because him and Tenali technically are for me the two best players we've got in terms of that. Quick use of the ball.
Yeah, guys, NUFCs, there a good result here could really kickstart the wheels in motion, and I think that is it, isn't it? You know, I think, like I said, this is going to see where we are, especially, like I say, for the games coming our way thick and fast now.
Sensible Monica saying today should have been about the midfield rotating, especially with Benfica coming up on Tuesday. Oh. Just on the subject of Benfica on Tuesday, by the way, I had to ring the box office yesterday to get me email with the Benfica tickets in. Because,
really?
Yeah, and I'd already received the Bilbao one, so I thought, well, that's strange getting that before the Brighton, the Benfica one. But anyway, waited, and then eventually Chris, my son, rang. Yes, he says, Dad, he says, have you had the email? I says, no. I says, I better ring the box office because it's obviously Tuesday, you know. And they said, oh, I don't know how, but you've been missed out. We'll send this in. They did. They sent it with it. You know, I got it straight away within 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, brilliant.
But I'm pleased Chris rang us because I would have been turning up on Tuesday forgetting all about the fact that I hadn't even downloaded the tickets. And then that would have been a bit of a panic on.
Absolutely.
Running from Aspas up to the box office.
Absolutely. So, like I say, we are literally on the. You'll see the scores and everything else. There'll be a time up in once the game starts as well. We are literally, like I say, 4 minutes from the start of the game. So, if you could, again, please, if I could just explain, try and keep the scores out of the chat. It does help us massively, and we don't want to spoil it for everybody. That's the thing. So if you want to, you can obviously join the time scales with us. So you're listening to the way we say it, if you like, in the chat, and then you can keep on board that way if you would like. You know, the one thing that I was just looking, I can't remember who put it in the chat because, like I say, it goes so quick now. Gavin Gavin's saying that Elanga should be on corners and Tonali should be on the edge of the box. It's something that I've said for a long time. I love Tonali taking the corners, but we do lose that player on the edge of the box that can strike a ball. So I agree with you, mate. I think Gavin, you're absolutely spot on. I think Elanga, because he can actually utilise both feet, should be taking the set pieces, especially the corners.
Especially the left wing corners.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, Dan Burns should be on the near post, because if you've noticed with Elanga whips them in, and he don't always miss that first man, which is the disappointing. But if you've got the likes of Dan Burn there, it gives you a little bit more hustle and tussle. We don't do enough on the near post for me regarding the corners, the set pieces. The lads are just coming onto
the teams are in
green.
the tunnel. Well, they're coming on the pitch now.
Yeah, they're on the green. So everybody's just getting themselves warmed up. So fingers crossed, we're in for a cracking game, guys. So like I say, we will obviously talk literally about what's going on at the end of today's game. Half time, I should say. And try and get in from there.
Just remember, you get this all completely uninterrupted because we turn the ads off. So that means we're not getting any money from ads. So if you want to super chat and help us out, please do so. But in any event, at the very least, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button.
That is exactly right. I am just organising.
And again, we'll be going straight into the match reaction after the game. And everybody's welcome to jump on there with the link that we'll put in the chat at the time.
Notorious is saying J7 looks average size in our lineup now. Yeah, it's surprising how big our side has become. If I'm honest with you, it's crazy the size now of some of our players.
Big old squad.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy for being so lonely.
Ooh, here we go. Is Bokey in the chat still? What song is he practicing? 6 more points apparently.
6 more points in what respect?
You pair doing a duet. Oh dear. Can't wait.
Oh, Ronald Turnbull, my God, my spine has 5 flattened discs. Hurt a lot, but I've got good painkillers. 1 down from morphine.
Ooh. Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's horrible, mate. Sympathies when you've got back issues. It's sometimes for life. Not good, especially with your discs. Not good at all. So my thoughts go with you, buddy.
Mark was saying Eddie wants steady Eddies, but you have to gamble one time. Please get a playmaker, Eddie. Who's not a workhorse, I think he's basically saying there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, in June, July, we started to look at a lot of players that were available that could be, the tackler, the passer, and there was a lot out there that you look at and you think, if Eddie decides to go and really gamble here, there's every chance that we could get something out of this. Newcastle in the green and white, usual away strip these days.
Craig Pawson in the middle, who gave us 3 penalties in the same fixture last year.
Yeah. He's coming over to have a chat with somebody before we start. We're a minute behind. And here's big J7. Having a quick look around. Newcastle going to start their usual way, do you think? Into the corner. Well, kicking right to left as we look at the screen. They all hit the knee. Oh, we've changed it up. We've gone back. Malik Chow has now hit a long diagonal looking for Big Dan Byrne. It's come back to J7, who gives it back to Botman. Well, that's a different setup. Great, that was. Yeah. Ooh, J7 there. Got to get held down a little bit, but he's got away with it. Oh, he's giving it away now, though. And here we go with Newcastle, and that's Belieber. I thought there was a foul there because it seems to stand.
Does well.
He does. He gets the ball back, and Voltamada's in our half there, just trying to create that extra player, if you like. Trips now on the right-hand side. Oh, Trips, you've given it that easy to Brighton. But again, we've got it back, and now Tonali. Well done. And there's a release ball there to J7. J7 out to Anthony Gordon now. Again, Anthony Gordon's looking to go down the wing, which he does. Anthony Gordon with a bit of a run. He's taken down there. He's taken down. Is there going to be an early one?
Should be.
Minte is questioning whether he got the ball or not, if I'm honest with you. He absolutely annihilated Wifer down that line. That's going to give him... Oh, he's nowhere near the ball. I mean, I don't know what he's questioning there, to be fair.
That's got to be a yellow, surely.
Well,
have a look at it.
Yeah. Well, he's not having anything. He's probably giving him the benefit of the doubt there. I mean, if he'd have caught Gordon, I would have said that would have been a different colour altogether anyway. But luckily, I think it was just the jump of Gordon that took him off his feet. Tonali into the box now, looking at that back stick. It's headed clear by Brighton to the edge of the box. It's collected by just Elanga again, trying to get down that line. And he's just he's just trying to use
his pace, but it was never going to happen the way the ball was coming down.
He hadn't got the space to run in behind anyway there.
No.
And Kadioglu just sees the ball out of play. So it's with Brighton. Again, it's closed down quickly by Elanga and given away to Bruno. Oh. Bruno gets a smack in the back, but the referee has allowed game to continue. It's back out to Elanga. He comes into Voltamada on the edge of the box. Into Bruno. Bruno goes square. And it's a... Oh, yeah, I was going to say he looked offside. Now he's offside.
Well, offside.
I say he did look offside, Bruno, when he had the ball back from Voltamada in the box. But it's good press, if I'm honest with you, from Newcastle. Third minute, 0-0. Yeah.
Mate, I was surprised that Bruno didn't get the free kick initially.
It looked like Ayari got a bit of a smack on the ankle. He's wobbling a little bit there. Ayari, which is good. It'll slow him down in the middle of the park. Come on, the Toon.
Oh, we're the lads.
He's certainly hobbling. Right, here we've got Verbruggen now. Gives the ball to Hecker. Again, Brighton happy to just play across their box. Dunk. Across into Belieber. Again, down to Wifer on this right back. Into Minte and try to take it on board again, Belieber, on the run. Unfortunately, he's out of his feet. And it's too far in front of him and it's out for a Newcastle throw-in. You can see what they're trying to do, though, down this left-back position. It's the give and goes that seem to have beaten us before. It's certainly something that Hurstler's looking at. J7 now. Tonali just taking his time. Botman. Malik Chow. Trippier on that right-back position. Into the feet of Elanga on the halfway line now. Elanga up to Voltamada. Little touch into Tonali. And again, nice play. Just a little bit too much sauce on that for J7. Well cut out Dan Byrne there. Because they saw Minte getting in behind, but Byrne just kept his eye on the ball. Trippier now. Back into Chow, across the back four now. Again, just trying to draw Brighton into... Ooh, where you going, Botman? That was dodgy. But Bruno sees it, and he gives it back to Pope, who's all in pink. Popey today. Down the line to Elanga. Back to Trippier. Inside to Bruno, who's covering that right-hand channel as we thought he would. Well done, boys. Elanga back into Bruno in central now. Good ball from J7 to Gordon. Gordon trying to get onto his right foot. Give it to Elanga. Gordon just delays that pass, gives it back to Byrne, who plays it inside to Elanga. Elanga now, it's a poor ball from Elanga, to be fair, but it is given back to Newcastle. Newcastle on the half press here.
Oh,
Trippier,
there's the ball.
Yeah, look at the ball over the top for Trippier. Yeah, absolutely. Tonali, who wasn't looking to the right, though. He was only looking to the left. Chow now, just inside the Brighton half, gives it back to Botman. Botman just, again, waiting to give the ball and get some movement. J7 with a first-time ball out to Chow again on the halfway line, just inside the Brighton off. Up the line, beautiful line to Trippier now. Trippier got a chance of a good cross. Cross into the box. Oh, I thought J7 was going to get on the end of that. It's come to Bruno. Bruno out on the right foot. Shoots! Oh! It was a nuts. What's it away from a goal there for Newcastle. Great build-up play.
That was a lovely move from start to finish. About an 8-pass move altogether.
Yeah, it just didn't seem as though it was going to come down, did it? For Bruno, he just seemed to just sit in the air, the ball. But he manages to wait, and he'd beaten the keeper, all ends up. And again, the press from Newcastle, high on that left-hand side. Bruno Guimaraes, 2 goals, 2 assists in 9 appearances in all competitions for Newcastle so far this season. He is flying, I must admit.
Well, Newcastle top the league still with successful forced press sequences. Whatever they are.
There we go. Big Dan Byrne with a hoof into the box with his throw-in. Ball over the top. Oh, I thought that was going to fall to Elanga, but it comes to Tonali, who again gets the ball charged down. Botman's there to throw the ball back into the channels. It's headed clear by Brighton. Again, in the Brighton final third, they're being pegged back. Belieber now got a bit of a chance to turn and give to Weaver, but he decides not to. Van Hecker runs onto the outside of him. So all the Newcastle boys now just trying to get back in rotation. Oh, Minte trying to be too clever there. It goes to, J7 tries to get the ball inside, but we've got a foul from Belieber, who left a little bit on J7 there. Good start to the lads so far, mate.
Very good, very good. More of the same, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. Gary, a great commentator. There you go, mate. I'm glad you can bloody understand me, because a lot of people can't. Ball goes back to Botman. Across now to Chow, just inside the Newcastle half. Outside to Elanga. Elanga now just draws the player on. Again, Newcastle just trying to commit players from Brighton forward to leave gaps behind them. Gordon decides to come inside, fires the ball up towards Voltemada. He's challenged, though, on the edge of the box, Voltemada, and it falls to Brighton in the centre circle now. A ball over the top from Ayari, looking for Minter. Minter's got a bit of space to run into the box now on this right-hand side. He goes onto his right foot, but Dan Byrne stays tall this time. Ball back out to Van Hecker. Van Hecker dinks the ball to the back stick, but big J7 gets his head to it and just fires it back out to box. Deflection there of Gordon for the throw into Brighton. First time in the first 8 minutes, really, that Brighton have looked to cause us a little bit of trouble. But again,
they did exactly what we thought. They've isolated Dan Byrne, managed to get one-on-one with him, but he stood tall.
Indeed. Van Hecker now. Are you all right? Down the line. And again, there's a bit of a give and go there. And Palpy's, oh, Jesus, what are you doing? Yeah, it's squeaky bum time with Palpy there, because he let the ball bounce and it looked like he was actually...
And what he did by moving where he did, because Dan was getting a bit steam up, but he realised if he kept that up, he was going to clatter him.
Clatter him, yeah, exactly. He was going to take him out.
So then it was all down to Pope. Could he reach it?
Yeah, crazy. Ball over the top from Weaver. Again, it's headed clear by J7. He's started the game well, J7. Van Hecker, a little bit of a flick on there. A ball again, he's half cleared, and ball all the way back to Dunk towards the halfway line. I'll let you do that one, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Random. Gifted a membership, and it has gone to Andy
Welcome on board, Andy.
Welcome on board, Andy F. You now a fully paid up member thanks to Random Access.
Diagonal ball across to that left-hand side of Brighton. Again, it looks like offside there, but he's offside. I'm going to say he looked miles offside there at the minute. Kadioglu. And Gomez. I mean, I must admit, Rutter hasn't really been involved. He seems to be more.
I tell you, when they signed him, I quite liked him. I thought he was showing promise, but he was playing basically for Leeds. He was playing more of a 10.
Yeah, I think that's where he's more or less playing now. It looks like Brighton.
But is he?
Well, that's what I was saying. To me, it looks like Brighton have gone to an old-fashioned 4-4-2 to a degree. I know there's movement and everything else, but a lot of the time it just seems as though they are adopting this 4-4-2 scenario. So it's going to be an interesting one to see where that goes. Verbruggen now in all orange, burnt orange, if you like. Again, Gordon closes the space, so Verbruggen has to go long. And again, he's isolated, but there's a chance here if Dan Burn doesn't deal with this. Well done, Dan. Gets the ball away up to Tonali, who tries to flick it on, but it's only flicked on to Weaver. And Rutter now on about 35-yard mark again with a bit of a stray one out towards Minte. Again, rushed, if you like. And the ball's gone straight out of play for the throw into Newcastle deep on this left-hand side. So again, everybody's just trying to get a grip of the game. It just seems a little bit rushed at the minute, a bit sloppy at times.
Stat just coming up there that Newcastle have drawn their last 3 away games 0-0, and I think we remarked on this before, but the last time a team opened a campaign with 4 0-0 draws was another black and white team, Notts County, in 1935.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a bit of a run forward there from Belieber on the edge of the box, who I'm not sure whether there was a foul there, but
I think he's given a free kick.
Yeah. Belieber's out holding his ankle. To be fair, I didn't see a lot with Malik Chow. He just stuck his boot out to try and block the run.
He got it.
And I say he stepped on the ball, really, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know whether the shot from Belieber, the follow through from his foot, caught the bottom of Chow's boot, but again, it can be quite sore. That corner, so it's not a free kick. I'm going to say, it looked like he got the ball to me.
It would have been wrong if he had it done.
Yeah. Let's see if this causes us any issues. The defensive set piece coach, I hope he's done as good. Looks like Minte's taking the set pieces for them, the corners. Ball into the box. Good cross, but again, nobody. Very much like Newcastle again. Nobody committing to that near post. Trippier saying it's a throw-in, ref, not a corner.
Yeah, I thought it was,
It looked like it went straight over the post, to be fair, the corner flag. So they've given them another corner. So again, got to be on your toes, boys. Different setup this time, and it's headed clear by Voltemada that time. Well done. Here we go. Elanga's
no.
beaten off his toe. We've got Anthony Gordon here on the left-hand side. Look up, lad. Fuck's sake. No ball into Tonali, who was just in front of him. He was held up well there by Brighton.
What a waste.
But we lost the momentum somewhat there, haven't we? Brighton have all got back behind the ball now. Anthony Gordon.
And what if he'll be knackered after that run?
Yeah, 60-yard run at least.
And at proper pace.
Yeah. And he
Flat
got
out
behind Weaver, hadn't he? Here we go. Tonali outside to Bruno. Bruno's looking to feed it in, but Elanga held his run, didn't actually go for it. And Bruno saw the angle of attack.
Not happy with that.
No.
Bruno's not happy with Elanga there.
Well, you could see. I mean, he just needed a crossfield ball. Just in front of the back line there, because it was 2-on-2.
But Elanga was poor from Elanga when he got that. But he threw it, and the run that Gordon had made, he was completely unmarked. All Elanga's got to do is put the ball into an area.
That's right. Just
and
play
he
it in front of the...
overran it and had to cut back, and by then that whole momentum was lost. Because there was actually another player running up behind Gordon. I couldn't quite see who it was.
Yeah, Gordon's playing well. Elanga now on that right-hand side. Whips the ball into the board, the back stick, but too much sauce again, and it's over the top
good,
of everybody.
Let's pretend we've just kicked off. And they've got that throw in on that corner flag.
I mean, I don't know why Elanga stopped running. You know, if he commits the player like he did, he gets a free kick at least, runs towards the penalty area, gets the penalty. You know what I mean? So why he stopped running, I have no idea. And again, that just, for me, absolutely solidifies the confidence is rock bottom. Throw from Brighton just comes all the way to Burn, and there's a bit of a tussle at the back there. And you can't do that again, Bruno. You can't fall over, lad. We've got 5-on-5 here for Brighton going forward here. Ayari into the box. Again, well done, Trippier. Well done again, Trippier. It's a corner kick to Brighton. But that all come from Bruno trying to find the free kick again in the middle of the park. Yeah, just fell over with a little bit of press in the back from, I think it was Welbeck. Yeah, it was Welbeck. Welbeck just comes at the side of him and Bruno sees him and just goes down. And Ayari then just attacks the space in front of him. Corner kick on the far side now for Brighton. Malik Chow and Heka having a session. Well done, Popey.
Popey, you know, have you got a quickie anywhere? Can't see a one.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was looking.
He was trying to get us going again. Dan Burn up the line, but again deflected against Minte. Out for a corner. Throw in to Newcastle. Back to Botman now. Newcastle aren't messing around with delaying the game. Chow, Trippier. Up the line to Bruno. Bruno goes... again, Bruno gets the ball taken off him. And well done to Tonali for intercepting. And kicking the ball, the interception has put them under a bit of pressure here, to be fair. Don't trying to get the ball back in play, but Voltemada quick to try and close the space down for the keeper. Kadioglu now with this ball in hand. He's taken a few steps down the line to win a few yards. Come on, ref.
Ref.
Come on. You're taking the Michael there, lad. Just Dave Botman, don't commit yourself. Minte now, he's got Dan Burn in front of him. He's Dan Burn trying to stand on his good foot, and well done. Because like I say, he got the challenge then from Bruno coming at him. And Newcastle, J7 just kicks the ball out.
Poor ball.
Yeah, poor ball again. Like I say, that slowed Minte down.
And it wasn't a difficult ball either. Which is getting back to what we were saying about J7.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it's an easy ball, and that's what frustrates you. Well done, Bruno, on that one, and well done, Dan Burn, because Dan Burn showed him the outside all the way there, and you think about Minte's pace and stuff like that. Minte just didn't want it. Yeah, Minte didn't want to make that space. There's Hopkinson as well. Look.
Yeah.
The DOF and the CEO sitting together in the stand, making some notes. That's an interesting one.
Mackham's winning again.
Are they?
At Wolves.
Oh, well, it doesn't surprise you, does it? Bournemouth are winning at Crystal Palace, which I thought was going to be the game of the day, to be fair. That seemed to take an age to get back. It's all the way back with Bruggen. Total passes 98. Pass accuracy 87 from Newcastle. That's good. I mean, high 80s. I always say you're off decent there. Like I say, we've just been a little bit lax on a couple of passes. Ball now. We've got a chance. Rutter has here to run into a bit of space. He tries a shot from well outside the box. It's nowhere near going to cause any problems to Newcastle. That though. Botman. Dan Burn. Ball out to Tonali. Tonali just flicks it up to J7. J7 now looking to... Oh, that's a terrible ball, J7. What are you doing? Ball into Rutter now. Rutter on the edge of the box. He has a shot into the corner. Oh, Jesus. What is J7 doing there? Seriously? Fucking Nora. That's the problem with J7. Where's he passing that ball? Straight to bloody, Welbeck. on the 18-yard box. I mean, that is awful ball. I mean, Rutter there did really well because that ball was shaping into the bottom
Tell you
corner.
what, Pope did really well and
Yeah.
all, by the way.
Yeah, I say Popey did excellent to get down to that.
Fantastic save. And that's him diving to his left. That
On that
everybody's
dodgy
got
shoulder.
concerns over.
Yeah.
That seems to be a thing of the past.
Ball into the box now off the corner from Brighton. Headed up in the air, not out by Newcastle. Toon Army out there to try and close the space down on Ayari. And Ayari then gets... no, you're going to say you can't con the referee there. He's tried to look at flicking it against Toon Army, but his own skill set there beat himself. So it's a throw into Newcastle, deep in their half mind. Come on, we've lost our way a little bit in the last 5 minutes. Ball up in the air from Newcastle. Again, no distance on it. And again, Trippier just trying to close the space. The ball has come down to Toon Army. He's tried to play the ball up towards Voltemada, but again, Van Hecker sees the danger. Toon Army now with a long clearance up towards Voltemada. Dunk just gives a little bit of a press into the back of Voltemada to let him know he's there. And again, it's back in possession with Brighton. Kadioglu, Dunk, back with Hecker. Just inside the Brighton half now in the centre circle. Hecker now looks for the ball over the top, but that's headed again, tried to anticipate the ball there, Anthony Gordon. J7 won the ball back there, fair and square, up to Voltemada in the centre circle. Again, keeping close control. Plays the ball out to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon straight away, he's closed down by Wifa. And the ball comes back to Minte. Minte now to the Belieber. Belieber with Ruto. Ball over into the space for Minte to run onto. Minte tries to square the ball. Well done, Malik Chow. Really good football there from Brighton. It was a give and go into the space, and Minte got the run on there. But again, he tried to square the ball rather than take a shot, Minte. He seems to come alive against Newcastle, Minte, doesn't he? Some nice play in the middle of the park there. Ball again whipped in, punched away from Popey this time. Ball over the top, and it's offside. A little bit of breathing space now. Like I say, a lot of pressure building. Burnley are 1-0 up against Leeds. Yeah, well done, Malik Chow. He just sees the danger. Again, standing on Minte's strong foot, on his left foot. And Minte just looks quite ordinary when he can't use his left foot, to be fair. Popey now goes long up the field. Looking for J7, who again just didn't get off the ground. J7. Ball back with Brighton. Well done from J7. Oh, good tackle from Dunk, to be fair, on Voltemada.
Yeah.
Belieber now. Toon Army trying to close the space with Belieber. He plays it all the way back to Kadioglu. To Dunk. Dunk goes along the ground, and again, it's the wrong side of J7. Minte now on this right-hand side, again driving into the box or towards the box. Well seen. Again, well done to the lads, because they keep Minte on his left, tried to keep him on his left foot, showing him down the line, and Minte, he doesn't know what to do, because every time he comes inside, they've closed the door on him. But again, the ball is straight back with Brighton. We've got to start keeping hold of the ball a little bit better. Hecker. Kadioglu. Down that left-hand side, Ayari, he's, like I say, playing deep in that role in the midfield alongside Belieber, just becoming that extra man, if you like. And we've got Kadioglu, who's pushing really high up the field, which allows Rutter to stay central with Welbeck. Again, well done to Chow, sees the danger there, and again clears it to the halfway line. And it's back with Hecker, just on this right-hand side of the Brighton half. Again, no press from Newcastle. Newcastle have gone into a 4-5-1. Just literally defending the halfway line at the minute. Out on the side with Dunk. They don't want us to go too far back. Ball over the top, looking for Minte again. Minte now picks the ball up. Dan Burns sits off him a little bit, hoping Gordon can take the bits. Ball into the box there. It's, again, not really cleared by Popey. And I thought Ayari was going to get something on that.
I don't know what happened there.
No. Ayari and Popey clashed together there when he tried to clear it. And I think it was literally off the knuckles of Pope's gloves. And it's gone out for a corner. Yeah, it was a ball over the top from Minte. He sees the run in and behind from Ayari.
I don't know where the head goes here.
What was that, Gomez? Apologies.
He ends up nutting into the back of Pope's head.
Yeah, he tries to flick it on, doesn't he, with his head? It's Gomez, actually, not Ayari. Apologies, it's Gomez.
Unintentional, but his head clattered, his forehead clattered into the back of Pope's head, I think.
Yeah. Like I say, there was Pope's back to his, I think back to his feet now. So nothing long-lasting damage-wise there.
We hope.
A couple of danger moments there for Newcastle, mate.
Yeah, we've lost that. Again, it's that same old pattern as at first 10-15 minutes we're at them. And we've had a couple of really good opportunities that we haven't taken advantage of.
Yeah.
We had the Elanga Gordon situation, and then we had the just a few minutes ago the no.
Yeah, Voltemada. It's the ball up towards Elanga from Voltemada back to Brighton. Again, Belieber now faced up against J7. But we've got 2 or 3 players around the same ball, and it's allowing the Brighton players just to have spare bodies. Back to Belieber now. Belieber onto, I think that's Ayari. Back to Hecker. Hecker looks for the ball over the top, and you can see Kadioglu making that run, but it's a poor ball from Hecker, to be fair. Throw into Newcastle. Oh, Gomez is still feeling the effects, I think, from something. I don't know.
He's definitely holding his head, I think.
Thank you, my lovely. Look at that.
Is this the after effects?
See, the boss. Look, don't you know it? Boss number 1 gives the cup to boss number 2. Excellent. Yeah, we just did a little bit of a delay. Help us reach 200 likes, guys. There's a little bit in the comments there. If you can, that'll be fantastic. What are we on at the minute?
We are on currently 110.
Come on, peeps. Do us a favour. If you're watching anywhere else apart from YouTube, stop it. Come onto YouTube, smash the likes, and go back to the platform that you were watching originally. That will be great. We're just still waiting for the game to restart. Gomez still looks a little bit uncomfortable from that collision. I don't know what happened there. Just getting back to his feet now. Where am I? Let's clear that. Yes. What's that?
I'm just in the forum. I'm just reprimanding Dr. Omar for his criticism of Big Dan. Saying he's having a stinker. He's getting roasted every time. Minty roasting your boy. And I'm saying, what game's he watching? Chris is saying, get off the forum and get back to the commentary.
Malik Chow now on the halfway line. Again, Brighton happy just for them to come forward with the ball. Tonali now. Bruno, back to Chow. It's nice to keep hold of the ball a little bit. Dan Burn decides to have a run inside left there. Tonali. Gordon comes inside. Tonali goes on the outside. Burn now touching the touchline. Gordon then with a lovely little turn there.
Beautiful.
Little bit of a Cruyff turn, and he gets tucked down.
Fell.
Thank you so much. Yeah, like a big Christmas tree. Is this Tonali range? That's what you've got to ask yourself.
That's beyond anybody's range, that, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Unless if we had Robert back in the team, maybe.
Laurent. It is. I mean, you know, you look at it. Was it 30 yards?
Easy.
Trippier and Tonali, the two people that you'd want in your in the team for something like this. Let's have a look at what the set piece coaches. I don't know whether Tonali's looking at. Oh no, Trips goes quick to Gordon on the outside. Anthony Gordon's beaten his player. Ball to the box stick, headed forward. Oh, just falling backwards from Botman, I think it was. Couldn't get any direction on it, and it definitely got no power on it because of the shape of the ball, but just past the post again, unfortunately. I'm not sure whether it had beaten Verbruggen there, but he did well to get off the floor there because the ball was just behind him. Goal kick to Brighton. Verbruggen again. Again, happy for the press of Newcastle, and then he goes long. Headed cleared again by Malik Chow. Having a good game again. Ball half. Oh, Jesus, that's just up and under, that was, wasn't it? Yeah. But J7 really didn't help us.
Go on, get on, you can't pick it up.
Go on. Hecker now, just on the edge of the box, goes square to Dunk. Dunk comes. Oh, again, it's a poor ball.
Putting some miles in.
Yeah, he's looking fitter, isn't he? He's certainly looking fitter. 2 balls on the field of play, and Kieran Trippier kicks one out and comes back for the... I wondered what was going on then for a second. The referee allowed the game to continue, though, and ball up the line to Bruno.
What you're saying, hit the likes if you want Burn out of the team. We should get thousands of likes. Ball into Tonali from Botman. Botman out to Burn. Burn up the line to J7 again on the half turn. J7 gives the ball away again to Wifer. Wifer now with Welbeck. The ball behind Rutter, and it's fallen nice. Sorry, it was Gomez again who's making that extra body. That late run, just coming into from the 10 position. Yeah, Chow's got a bit of space, but again, decides to take his time going forward and gives it to Tonali. Tonali with the lofted ball out to Gordon. Gordon now gets it under control, plays the ball back to Dan Burn. Back into Tonali on that square. Chow, just inside the Newcastle half. Again, looking for movement. Come on. Elanga had the space there again. It's for the ball over the top, but it was delayed. And again, Elanga just stops the run. J7 now. Back to Botman. Botman goes square this diagonal this time towards Elanga. Elanga getting closed down, but he's done well to get the ball under control, Elanga. Kadioglu closes the space. Ball into Bruno. Bruno back to Elanga. Into Gordon. Into Voltemade. Voltemade tries a little back heel. It's back out to Tonali. Tonali now 24, 25 yards out. Elanga, Tonali. Botman now is having a look at a swing, but he doesn't. He gives it to J7. J7 to Burn. On this left-hand side, Dan Burn. Don't get a nosebleed. J7. J7 now trying to create space. Gives it square to Tonali. Tonali sees the run of Trippier. Great ball out to Trippier on that diagonal. Ball back to Bruno. Bruno swings one into the box. But too much spaghetti sauce. Wide and handsome.
Far too much spaghetti sauce. I don't know what's happened to Gomez. And I've been watching Gomez for Brighton for the last couple of...
Last face.
Yeah, I've been watching Gomez. Oh, he's crying. Yeah, he's pulled something. He played this strange ball. You watch this here. When he's running, you've got Bruno behind him, and he plays a diagonal ball along the floor, and then he he just seems to pull a little bit. I don't know whether he's pulled a hamstring or a groin, but he's certainly not comfortable, and he's going off. So, and to be fair, he was causing us some problems. So I am a little bit happy about that. So who's coming on is the question. Gomez is definitely going off, but like I say, I don't know what's the matter with Minte's kisser. He's not looking happy. De Kuiper is on. Don't know this lad at all. Don't even know where he plays. Any idea where De Kuiper, who De Kuiper is?
But I will find out.
De Kuiper. Anyway, long clearance from Brighton down through the middle. Should be
Make
easy.
some lovely liqueurs, I know.
Rutter again, poor first touch from J7. And again, J7 and Chow cause each other problems, and it's cleared this time up the field of play. And luckily, Van Hecker hadn't got Gordon on his ankles there, because it was a terrible pass back by Van Hecker.
Ulbach.
Oh, Weifer then just decides to miscontrol it, and it's giving the ball back to Newcastle. From the throw-in, it's back with Botman, just inside the Newcastle half. Botman. Tonali. Botman. Goes out to Dan Burn. Again, Minte on top of him. He's not allowing Dan Burn any time whatsoever, Minte. Ball given to Botman, who gives it to Pope. Pope again looks to go square towards Chow. Chow now brings the ball central up towards J7. J7 with a nice little deft touch to Voltemada. On the halfway line now, gives the ball into Trippier, who goes up the line to Alanga. Alanga into Burn. Voltemada plays a nice little deft touch to Tonali. Tonali's got about 15 yards of free grass. Plays the ball into Dan Burn on the left-hand side, who passes first time into Gordon. Back to Tonali. Lost the momentum a little bit there. Bruno running towards the box. You've got a chance of giving it to Alanga. Alanga now. Alanga on that diagonal again, just runs away from goal. Gives it back to Trippier. Trippier back to Bruno on the corner of the box.
There we go.
He tries to cross it towards Dan Burn. Oh. And again, it was just in front of Dan Burn, and the shape of the ball was just away from him. Yeah, it was a shame. Really good run from Dan Burn as well, from that left-hand side. But again, it was just the shape of the ball. Just got too much bend on it. Oh, Verbruggen gambling there. Goes long again. Again, easy for Newcastle to defend the high balls, to be fair. Dunk. Is this the Krupa that's come on now?
The keeper, who's a
the
right
keeper.
back for Belgium.
He's a right back.
Right back for Belgium and Brighton and Hove, according to the...
So they've... Okay, interesting. I wonder whether he's going to change place with Kadioglu then. And they are going more of 4-4-2. Again, some nice movement from Brighton. With Duncan, again, Hecker just going into them other spaces. But there was a bit left on him from Bruno there. With Van Hecker. And having a bit of a telling off from Paulson.
Getting a stern talking to from Mr. Paulson.
I mean, there was very little in it, to be fair. In the 39th minute, Brighton 0, Newcastle. Yeah. Hecker now. Back to Belieber, and then Hecker just, like I say, the press from Newcastle is non-existent now, and they've got all these bodies across the line of the midfield.
Well, I'm saying you're saying the press is non-existent, but we're all up there in their half.
Yeah, well, I say it's an interesting one there, Rutter down the line, and we've got again. Is that? I don't know who that is. Is that Weifer down that corner? I think it was.
You turned the wrong way there.
Yeah, he didn't off. Tonali now, deep inside his box. He plays a little deft ball up towards Voltemada. Voltemada was being tightly marked by Van Hecker on that halfway line. Again, the Newcastle press isn't there. They're just keeping that nice tight line on the halfway line to stop any balls going through the middle. So Hecker goes all the way back to Verbruggen. Just tantalising. Half press from some of the Newcastle boys, but nothing major. Now, you can't tell me. Well done, Again, Botman just took off his toes there from Minte. There was a moment there that I thought Dan Burn was going to get beaten in the air from Minte, and I was going to say, hey, come on, now you're taking the mickey. De Kruiper, again, just sitting deep. I would hate to be a De Krapper. And De Krapper. Oh, nice turn here. And we've got a chance. Rutter with a chance, and it's gone over the top, and it's Welbeck with the goal.
Is he offside?
Ah, God. Doesn't look offside, mate, to be fair. He come out of nowhere, straight through the middle as well.
I thought he did look offside.
I'm just going to have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Rutter through the middle. No, he's nowhere near offside. Botman playing him onside, and it's just too easy. Playing in between the two, Malik Chow and Botman, doing exactly what you should do as a centre forward. And he just played, and he scored beautifully. It was a fabulous finish. Just waited for Pope to come out and just dinks it over the top of him. Quality finish from. And I was just going to say, not seeing anything from Welbeck in this game, and there you go. Jesus, again, you know, you can't beat experience. When you can have all the run and pace and everything else, but when you can play into the half channel like he's done there, he's just literally off the shoulder, and he's beaten our two centre halves all end up there.
And then that's both of them stood either side of him.
Yeah. He's just literally running the half space between the two. So, but I'm sure somebody will blame Dan Burn for that one.
Yeah. Even though the centre half pairing of a lifetime have screwed up royally there.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go again. So Brighton won.
To the wall.
Yeah, Newcastle 0. It was out of nothing as well, guys, to be fair. Rutter was going nowhere. And like I say, it was just the run and the timing of the pass was perfect. Again, J7 having a bit of a coming together in the middle of the park there with Hecker. And Joe Linton's not having a good game, if I'm honest with you. Oof. No, stood right on the top of his foot there, Van Hecker. Botman. Burn. Down the line to Gordon. Gives it to J7, who allows it to run through his legs. Just keeping control of the ball there. Gives it back to Burn. And then back to Botman, who gives it a square ball all the way across the field of play to Trippier. Yeah, there's lots of movement in front of him, but nobody willing to pass the ball. And Brighton have got the ball back here. We've got 4-on-4. If Brighton play it well, but he plays the wrong choice there. Ayari, he goes for the glory. And to be fair, there was an opportunity to go left or right there.
A lot of options, yeah.
Welbeck again causing us no end of trouble. Welbeck, he takes the ball off Tonali then in the middle of the park. And there's a coming together. People will say, oh, that's a free kick, but it's just a coming together of bodies. And Tonali's feeling the back of his hamstring, where he's got a bit of a
dead leg.
Dead leg or something. He's walking all right. It certainly went off the boil after the first 15 minutes. We seemed as though we were getting really at them. And to be fair, we haven't really created a chance on target yet. And that's the worrying thing. We've created those little pockets of good stuff, but nothing per se. And like I say, the two players for me that aren't really involved, and the one that is involved, J7, who's caused a lot of trouble, but Elanga, non-existent, mate, down that right-hand side. Actually not involved in the game whatsoever.
Looking at the flow, we had the first 15 minutes and then they had 15 to 30, and then we took over again.
Yeah.
But then just that little bit of...
But I mean, for the last 20 minutes, it's been Brighton, hasn't it? Welbeck's first goal since February. There you go. Van Hecker just, again, waiting for Gordon to press. And when Gordon presses, there's a massive space to Weaver just to have that ball on that right-hand side, I should say. our left. It's just too easy. There's just an out ball every time if Gordon goes to Hecker or Verbruggen. So it's a pointless exercise because, like I say, we know that Minte is going to stay high up the field on Burn, so you can't close space at the minute. It looks like there's an extra blue and white shirt on the field.
The thing for me at the minute is we're just not getting Voltemada involved at all.
5 minutes of stoppage time, guys. Dunk. Again, happy just to keep hold of the ball, Brighton now. We've got that goal to the good. De Kruijper. Back to Van Hecker. Nice ball up the field. Out to Minte now. Minte on that corner again. Dan Burn stands his ground on his strong foot, and it's deflected out for a corner to Brighton.
So Nottingham Forest can breathe a relief. Their 90-year-old record is intact.
Yeah, it looks like Bournemouth are absolutely having a while of a day at Crystal Palace. 2-0 up now. And obviously we know Chelsea won 3-0 at Nottingham Forest. Burnley still 1-0 up against Leeds.
Sunderland are still up 1-0 up against Leeds.
Sunderland are up 1-0 up, and it's Man City 0, Everton 0. Shelley will be happy with that one. And that's another corner to Brighton. It's come off Botman. Heads look a little bit down at the minute.
Yeah, we haven't even had a corner yet.
That did look like it come off Dunk, if I'm honest with you. A short ball this time. The ball flicked into towards the box. It's headed clear by Voltemada to the edge of the box. There's a swing and a miss by Belieber. Hecker then tries to get the ball into the box, but it's come all the way through for Popey to pick this one up.
Again, he's looking.
Yeah, gives it out wide to Trippier, who brings it... who gives the ball up to Bruno. Bruno now gives it to Tonali. Botman square of him. And again, Brighton go into this 4-4-2 in a defensive formation, and it's like I say, it just looks like they've got an extra body all over the park for me at the minute. They're really pushing themselves into this. Yeah, Botman gets penalised on the halfway line there. Is that Welbeck again? Yeah, Welbeck just shielding the ball and literally allowing Botman to commit the foul. Hecker, Dunk. Dunk on the left-hand side now, just plays the ball over the top. We get try and get a Brighton run. Kadioglu's playing more as a left winger these days now, with De Kruijper on board. Iori commits the challenge on Elanga, and it's a foul. Elanga again decides to get on with it, but referee saying the ball, he wasn't ready. But we start now. Trippier to... Oh, Dan, don't lose the ball there. Minte plays the ball inside, but again gives the ball back then from the commitment of Dan Burn. Up to J7. Now we've got Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side. Anthony Gordon driving towards the byline. Anthony Gordon, he gets challenged that time by... yeah, well done. Oh, he's given a goal kick.
Shut up.
He's given a goal kick. I'm sure of it. Yeah, he has. It did deflect off him. It was a great challenge, to be fair, from Rutter. Running all the way back with Anthony Gordon. I think we are more or less there, aren't we, in the last minute? I think I've just seen him say there's 1 minute left. Verbruggen decides to go long. No risque. Ball up to Voltemada this time, quickly. Get out your feet. Get out your feet. He goes down that right-hand side, Voltemada. Plays a nice ball into Bruno. Bruno gets knocked in the back there. There should be I was going to say, it should be a free kick.
Right, come on.
Ayari again. Just knocks him off balance, doesn't he? But I mean, I must admit, he always looks like he's going down to me, Bruno. This is going to be the final play, so make it count, boys. Come on. He's trying to whip this into towards the back stick here by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a good ball in. Oh! It was on Voltemada's head, but he just couldn't keep it down. And that's it. Whew. So at the minute then, Brighton have gone up to 10th. According to what's just been put on the screen, if they keep the 3 points, and Newcastle drop to 12th. So what's your thoughts then, mate, on the first half?
Well, it was looking very good for the first 10, 15 minutes. And then we seemed to lose our way. We weren't playing again, we're going back to these square balls instead of one touch, get it forward. You know, there seems to be nobody there whose initial instinct is to try something. It's all very safety first. Play the safe ball. Keep possession. And we're not even doing that very well because too many, especially from J7 first half, some of his balls have been poor. And then the goal itself, you know, how could Welbeck get that ball where he got it? But you know, he's literally equidistant between Botman and Chow, and neither, you know, I don't know what are they playing? Have they got a man, or is it this zonal marking or whatever? I don't know. Whatever they were supposed to be doing didn't work. Put it like that, because it was simple at the finish. I thought you know that even if they both took a step forward, then he would have been offside. I thought he was offside, but he was just, you know, he was half a yard onside. If they'd taken a step up, he would have been offside, but neither of them did. So it was a poor ball to concede, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a poor goal between the two. But I mean, when
the other thing is, we haven't actually, until that very last second, that was the first. You could argue Botman, I suppose, from another set piece that we had, that it was just a bit high for him, so he couldn't quite get it on target. But apart from that, I mean, Murphy Craftthorne, please, says
Sam, yeah.
Sam, yeah.
I must admit, there's got to be something different. Like I say, Elanga's been, you know, absolutely, well, I don't even know whether we've got, it's like playing with 10 men. And that's what I said. For me, that first half, with having the three in midfield, seems to have been outrun massively by their setup rather than ours. You know, they're playing like a 4-4-1-1 at times, go into a 4-4-2, go into a 4-2-4. And that's where I said, because they've got those players that seem to push and have committed themselves into space a lot of the time, Dan Burn can't get forward to support down that left-hand side because of the threat of Minte. So you're reliant then of J7 going and supporting, going down that left-hand side, which he's done to a degree. But what we seem to get, we seem to be isolating our wingers because of their setup. Because then, you know, when they go deep, all their bodies go deep. That's absolutely fine. I understand that. But when they come out and press and they leave space behind, when we go and push into that space, we're isolating each other because we're not putting bodies in the right areas to actually pass a simple ball. So the give and goes, which is what you expect when you're, you know, in the right zonal areas isn't there. And because we haven't got pace from Voltamada, Gordon's got too much space to make up. And, the only real time that we've seen Anthony Gordon have an opportunity, he's absolutely skinned Weaver. And, again, commitment to the cause, and you've got to give credit where credit's due. Reuter for them, who looks, the lad who scored, if you might, created the goal and seems their biggest goal threat, if I'm honest with you, is the one who's causing all the problems. But his work rate has been phenomenal for them first half. A lot more than any of our players. That's how I look at it. And like I said, he was the one who picked the ball up from a really poor pass from J7. And for me, I would stop straight away now. The first, if you like, would be J7 off and Ramsey on for me. We need somebody to go and sit in that hole to give an opportunity.
Sam was saying Melee on, but I think if we want to start creating something, I think that's a good shout. Yeah, couldn't argue with that, because I think J7 has been our poorest performer. Along with, it has to be said, Voltamada, but only because we just haven't got him involved in the.
That's right. You've not been effective around him, you see, and that's what I said. One player is being crowded out by two or three. Dunk and Hecker have had him in his pocket because Elanga stayed out wide, and there's a couple of times that I do feel a bit sorry for Elanga because he's made the run, he's not been seen, and we've gone left-hand side rather than right-hand side. But then you look at it and you say to yourself, get involved then. Don't just stay out on the width. Get inside, and that's what I said.
Unless, of course, that's where he's been told to stay. But if he has been told to stay there, then the rest of the team have got to be told, when you get the ball, an opportunity, look for him and try and get the ball to him.
Yeah.
And Sammy is coming back saying, oh, well, if Ramsey is healthy, definitely him over Miley. So
well, like I say, he's on the bench, so he's got to be fit, and he'll give you something different. And I think that like I said, and if we aren't getting Dan Burn forward because of the threat of Minte, then we've got to do something ourselves. We can't rely on the same 11 doing something different at the minute, because they've got us in the pockets, if I'm honest with you, at the minute.
Oh, the doctor switched from the forum to here. Everyone is trying to cover for Burn, which is affecting our attacking play.
Well, you can't say that when you're giving poor balls away. I mean, that is criminal to even think that. I mean, for me, the worst player on the park is J7. I may be watching the game through my backside, as somebody would say, but he's causing us more problems than Brighton are, and that's the problem. I want to know what effect he's done. What effect has J7 done to this game? Because I haven't seen anything yet, and that's why I said you need to change it up to think, to look at it now and say, it's Dan Burn's fault because people are covering for him. In actual fact, when you look at the way they're playing against Dan Burn, and that's becoming narrow and allowing Minte to go down the wing. Minte doesn't want to go down the wing. He doesn't want to beat you for pace. He wants to get on the left hand side and try and shape a cross or a shot in to the far corner. And Dan Burn stopped him doing that. Botman stopped him doing that, and Malik Chewaz. Like I say, the one person who seems to be the problem child in this, that everybody seems to be covering, is J7. So we are really, at a loss at the minute. We've got two players that aren't playing well, Elanga and J7. So effectively, we're playing with 9 men. I want to see some. I would like to see some stats on today's game. Let me have a look at where we are. If you want to do some in the chat, matey, while we're waiting. I'm just going to have a quick look at where we are regarding figures. I want to see what...
Beat 1-0 against our bogey team is fair enough. What's not fair enough is we have created nothing, hung on for dear life, and not even one shot on target again. This pattern is undeniable. Warren didn't. With his super chat, thank you, Warren. Where are we? There we go. We will still win. Don't worry. Dan Burn winner. That's my man.
They've had
Blind
9
faith.
shots. We've
Blind
had
faith.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, none on target for us, though, I think.
No. I'm just having a quick look at the pass map. And like I say, J7 is out onto that left-hand side, and that is obviously to protect what's happening out there. But like I say, it's not... The furthest forward at the moment is both Anthony Gordon and Ilanga, literally in line with the sides of the penalty area.
Well, one of the stats there that shows that our wingers are currently ineffective is that we haven't had a corner yet.
That's exactly it, yeah.
And so when you haven't had a corner, it proves to me that you're not attacking, kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's just add that to the scene, and then everybody can see it. There you go. That's the pass map so far, and you can see the shape of the team with what looks very much as we've seen before with
it's a big pendulum at the back in it.
Yeah, massive. Well, I mean, like I say, that's where all the passes have come through. It's always going to be, between these 4 guys when they try and swap. And again, you can see the movement trying to get the ball into Anthony Gordon. The one thing, like I say, that worries me more than anything. Look how thin some of these lines are out to Ilanga. Have the team got the trust in Ilanga? There's only seems to be Trippier playing the ball down the line, which is what we wanted to do. But again, you look at Dan Burn. Dan Burn's coming into J7 because again, we as we said before, the one thing that you'll never get with Burn, he's not the greatest passer in the world. He knows that, So he'll play simple. He'll look to play simple, and that's why all the thick lines are inside. Is that the problem? Is the fact that we've not got the ball out to Anthony Gordon down the line as often as we could to give us the out, if you like. If you have a look at the home side, I mean, this is crazy. This is, to me, you look at this and you think, well, whoa, where's everybody playing here? And you can see their 4 at the back, but their midfield is all over the shop. And that's why I said what they've tried to do is play very narrow and stop the out. So you get Welbeck and then obviously Gomez, who was their lad who was from the midfield running behind every time we pressed a little bit. He was the one that was the out. We know Minte's the out all the time. But again, you look at the balls coming down to Minte, and he's caused no issues here. The issues have been here through the middle because we are losing the battle in that midfield. And they've become very, very narrow with no width whatsoever. And I think that is the problem. We have to work the channels a lot better to get anything from this game. And if we can do that in the second half, you'll see more opportunities. But if apart from Anthony Gordon, how many times have you seen us do anything regarding getting anything from the game? For me, I've seen very little regarding crossing, especially from that right hand side.
It hasn't been good, and is it that this bogey team again? I didn't like to use that.
I mean, it's like I say, you could say psychology and everything else.
The bottom line is we're not playing very well,
We just haven't crossed the ball into the right areas, mate. That's the biggest problem. That's where a lot of the mistakes come from.
I still think we've got too much of this safe passing, or the your crescent pendulum football, just around the, be it on the halfway line or even if we get a bit higher up, and instead of trying a penetrating ball, and see what happens, because doing what we're doing now is playing right into Brighton's hands.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree.
So, not more of the same.
No.
In fact, let's see if As Dr. Abuel, we can't keep making excuses about bogey teams, international breaks, and injuries. I haven't heard anybody making any. Well, other than the fact, of course, we haven't got Wissa to call upon, which is a big thing. Let's see if we can get Ramsey involved. That'll be.
Well, is Ramsey coming on?
I don't know.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's have we got Ramsey coming onto the field of play? I think you've got to see. I mean, it's unlike Eddie to make changes so early on in the game, but it'll be interesting to see if he's got the kahunas to do so, because I think it's desperate for what it needs.
Yeah.
We have Miley's coming on.
Miley's coming on.
And Murphy.
7. And Murphy is coming on, presumably for Alanga.
Yeah, so that certainly doesn't surprise me.
Isaac's Charger's on the path.
Yeah, Isaac's Charger.
We sold him the iPhone without the charger.
Yeah, look at him here having a chat with Welbeck. Oh dear. Right then, so Alanga's out, and we've got Murphy on, and like I say, this is it, isn't it?
The beauty about doing that is it doesn't count as an opportunity to change. So we've still got 3 substitution windows.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see Miley on though, rather than Ramsey.
Yeah, but maybe he thinks Ramsey can only do 45 or 30 minutes or something initially, or it could be that.
Oh, not risking him at all, type of thing, isn't it?
The CEO is demanding how subs early.
I can't see the screen at this present moment in time, so I'm just gonna. We have kicked off. Brighton have got the ball. Yeah. Anthony Gordon now down this left-hand side. Anthony Gordon now taking I'm a little bit further forward than what I can see on the screen, but I can't see that at all. It's pretty poor.
Poor.
Yeah. So I'm going to work off mine, which is a little bit in front of what I'm seeing there. So we'll see whether this can catch up in a minute. We've got a throw in deep in this left-hand side. And like I say, Dan Burn picks the ball up with his broken hand strapped. But he's been launching some of these balls in, I must admit. He certainly gets a good launch onto the ball. Good throw in now. Looking at that near post. Flicked on from Botman. Oh, it's cleared by Brighton. Fallen to Anthony Gordon now on this on the edge of the box. It's given back to Dan Burn, who shoots across the box. Oh! I thought there was going to be a slide from Malik Chow there. Just unlucky. And I thought Chow was going to get on the end of that for a second. Doesn't quite manage it. Yeah, it's just a yard in front of both Chow and Murphy on the angle. Not a bad start though. Why is the clock blurry? Says well, the clock's blurry because the picture that we're being fed from America is also blurry, so I can't actually see or pick any players up. It's all over the shop.
On my own feed, Gary, I'm on 46.47 now.
Well, I'm on 46.54.
Right, at least you're a second in front of me then.
Yeah.
Oh, you bugger.
So Dan Burn clears. Again, Hecker heads the ball back. It's with Minte on that right-hand side now. Minte drives to the line to try and get that past Dan Burn, and he gets the corner. That did come off Dan Burn. Yeah, I mean, you could see Minte's trying to get down the line. Dan Burn gets his body in front of it, but he literally just deflects the ball off his knee, and it goes out for a corner kick. Ah, there you go. It's back with me now. That should be a little bit better. My screen has come back to life. Ball into the box now from Brighton. Again, it's deep and it's over the top of everybody. Will Brighton keep it in play? They do, but it comes off Murphy for a Brighton throw-in. Weaver to try, or Kadioglu. He's going to try and throw this one. He doesn't like that ball, so he's going to get another one. I don't know what was the matter with that ball. Thrown in. Rutter gives the ball back to Kadioglu. Gives the ball into De Kruiper. Kadioglu again. Now just feeds the ball back towards Dunk. Dunk goes square. Every player in the Newcastle half as we speak. Oh dear. That's... Byrne again just plays Anthony Gordon into Botman. Again, it's been pressed and it's just cleared by Newcastle. But it was deflected as if it was going out.
Yeah, they managed to keep it in, though, didn't they?
Yeah, and Van Hekken now down the line, trying to again draw the player in, and Belieber plays a crossfield ball up towards Kadioglu, and again it's come to nothing. But you can see what they're trying to do, Brighton, when they go narrow. They then have to. They literally switch. When we become narrow, they go wide. It's clever play. I must admit, from Herzler.
That's what we want to see.
Miley now plays the ball inside to Tonali. Tonali doesn't get time now. Rutter gets the ball off him, and it's again looking. And Minte has beaten Byrne this time. Minte to the byline. Minte comes into his good foot. It's fallen all the way through to the middle now. Welbeck shooting opportunity. Oh, it's just wide for Brighton and ERE. Again, it's something of our own doing. If I'm honest with you, that was one for Pope. Dan Byrne there just couldn't get his foot to it. Beaten by the pace of Minte. The ball comes back to Kadioglu, who plays the ball into Welbeck, just feeds it back to ERE, and then the ball goes out. So anyway, we're back. That keeps on going crazy. It's stalling every second. So I'm going to watch my feed. I'm going to be well in front of you, though, I would imagine.
I am 50-29 now.
Yeah, I'm a few seconds in front of you. But that's, like I say, it just keeps lagging constantly. Yeah. Eddie Howe's looking frustrated, I must admit. Dunk now with the goal kick. Gives it to Verbruggen. Hacker goes long, looking for Minte, but he's not going to get much change there. But again, Miley goes down the line and he gets caught by Belieber. Belieber now plays the ball inside to Rutter. Rutter gives the ball out of his feet. He plays the ball into Kadioglu. Squared across the box and it's cleared by Botman, but it's not far. Now Welbeck again. And there's a shout for handball there for the agree. Van Hecken's the first to get that ball again. Challenging Bruno in the middle of the park. Again, sloppy ball from Trippier. Looking for Murphy. It's picked up by De Kruiper. Kadioglu now. Oh, cleared by Chow. Kadioglu with a shot. It deflected from against Botman. He knew very little about that, to be fair. And it was nearly an own goal. Luckily, there was enough pace on the ball to keep it out the net. But like I say, the only team that looks like scoring again, if I'm honest with you, is Brighton. Again, ball over the top from Ayari, looking for Minte. Headed clear by Byrne. Gordon now down the line. Again, Van Hekken gets a big leg out there and takes the ball out for a throw into Newcastle. Ball played into Miley. Miley now plays the ball back to Tonali. Tonali picks the ball up, plays it square to Trippier into the Brighton half. Murphy. First time really Murphy's involvement into Voltamada. Back to Murphy. Get out your feet. Plays it to Miley. Miley sees it into Gordon on the edge of the box. Gordon onto his right foot. Trying to shape one. Oh, he drags it wide of the near post. Anthony Gordon. Oh, my days. A nice little build-up play for the first time, if I'm honest with you, in a long time from Newcastle. You could see the intent, but again, you look at this. We've gone narrow and they then become wide, but that was just a snapshot that was parried by Pope. Oh, you can't give a penalty for that. Brighton again, I say Belieber coming deep, gives it to Dunk. Dunk plays the ball up the line, but this time it's Trippier on Kadioglu, who again, like I say, go narrow rather than keep the width, and it's they're really outnumbering us in the middle of the park at times with the system that Heisler's playing. Ball played up. There's a chance here for Minte to have a real good go at Byrne. Tries to play a ball with the outside of his foot, but it goes straight through to Pope. Trying to be too clever there, Minte. Again, Byrne not committed to the challenge, and he's making Minte make his mind up. Tonali, Bruno, Miley goes left-hand side now on the halfway line with Dan Byrne. Byrne sees Gordon, bit of space. Again, he's got the beaten away for if he goes on the outside, decides to come on the inside. He goes square again to Trippier. Trippier first time up to Murphy. Murphy gets the ball. What a great ball that is. Nobody attacking the ball from Murphy there into the space. Gordon keeps the ball in play, gives it to Dan Byrne. Oh, Tonali got a chance of a shot. It's a shot. Can it come through to Bruno? No. It falls safely in the hands of Verbruggen. Better from Newcastle in the 55th minute, I must admit. But again, in that final third, nothing really happening. Again, Verbruggen goes long, looking for Minte. Easy for Botman. Heads that one up to Byrne, who's committing himself a little bit further forward the second half. Gordon, nice little ball into Voltemada. Ball out to Murphy. Murphy fires one across the box, but again, it's behind everybody. It's probably a good ball, but it was behind everybody, and I don't know whether he's hurt himself from doing that because it was a chop into the side of the ball. Not sure what he was attempting there. I think he was trying to attempt to try and get a volley in from Voltemada, but the ball was just fizzed at him a little bit. Bruno was a bit unhappy with what went on there. Brighton play the ball into feet now, into Dunk. Dunk up to Kadioglu, who's come inside, like I say, becoming that extra body. Tries to play the ball out to Minte. It's dropped easily for Weaver. Now to Belieber. De Kruijper. On this left-back situation. We've got loads of, like I say, we're just running around at the minute, and Brighton, it's too easy for Brighton to play around us. Ball fired into Rutter, who again, first time tries to play Minte, but it's just cleared down the field back for Brighton, and Van Hecker just hoofs it down towards Pope. Again, just clearing his lines, making sure that everybody gets into their allotted position. Again, ball from Pope into Chow. It's going nowhere in particular. Pope decides to go long, looking for the head of Verbruggen, but nothing there. Again, Belieber. Van Hecker on the centre circle. Too much time for you, lads. Come on. Get bloody close to him. De Kruijper. Back to Dunk. Dunk now plays the ball out to Weaver on that right-hand side. Weaver's got lots of space to run into. Anthony Gordon at the minute looks like he's running through sludge. Again, De Kruijper just comes inside to create that extra body. Lots of movement for Brighton at the moment. Dunk. Hecker. Ayari. Back to Dunk. Again, that was a poor ball, which is won by Bruno, who gets the free kick this time. They're putting some effort in, I must admit, Brighton. They really are working hard.
Sorry, Gary, I'm having to be on mute here because Chris has got the helm.
Okay, mate, no worries. 11 attempts, 5 on target, 4 shots for Newcastle, nothing on target as we speak. And we're in the 58th minute. Pretty poor, if I'm honest with you. Popey now looking to go long. Popey fires this one, all the Newcastle boys on the edge of the Brighton box. It's fallen to Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon trying to get it onto his right foot. Comes back towards Tonali. Tonali plays it out towards Murphy. Murphy now on the angle. Plays a nice little delicate chip towards Voltemara, but again, it's just played up in the air, and it's easy for Verbruggen to catch. Minte there was going to be one-on-one with Trippier, but he was able to get a block on it, and it's out for a throw into Brighton. You're absolutely right, Toon. Brighton are fighting for absolutely everything, and they look the more organised out of all of this. They certainly do look the better side. We look, like I say, we look sharp in the first 10, 15 minutes. We certainly haven't done after that. Well, you can see, 4 attempts, not on target. Dan Burn with the throw in now. Botman gives it square to Pope. Again, all of the players from Brighton have gone narrow. It's easily picked off there in the middle from Baliba. It's fallen to Kadioglu. Kadioglu now got runners in and behind. Ayari plays the ball back to De Kruijper. De Kruijper just, again, trying to get Trippier to commit himself. Kadioglu back to De Kruijper. Back to Kadioglu. Back to Dunk. Again, it's just far too easy for Brighton to play us. Wiefer, Van Hecke, just keeping hold of the ball and going 5 yards back to go 10 yards forward. Oh, it's a lovely ball again. He got Welbeck now out to Minte on that right-hand side. There's movement left and right. Minte's trying to be too clever again, if I'm honest with you. Plays that ball over to the far side to try to beat Popey in the corner. Trippier this time goes long. Again, Baliba easy to pick that one off. De Kruijper, Kadioglu inside now. Again, he's getting picked off there, Ruta, but referee says carry on. Miley goes back to Botman. Botman now looks up, gives it to Tonali. He's getting 5-yard passes, just aren't going anywhere, lads. Bruno, back to Miley on that left-hand side. Miley goes to Gordon. Gordon now. Miley carries on his run into the diagonal. Miley beats Baliba this time to the touchline. Comes back, plays the ball into Bruno. I thought Bruno had lost control. He gives it to Gordon. Again, it's 5-yard and we've gone backwards. Chow into Tonali, who wants the ball. Tonali back to Bruno, who's playing on that. Sorry, it was Miley. And now we've got Dan Burn. We've got Anthony Gordon. Give it to Bruno on the edge of the D. He gets charged down this time. Bruno's looking for the ball into feet. Van Hecke did really well again there. Bruno this time plays the ball into Murphy. Murphy on the angle of the penalty area, looking for options. Trippier's on the outside, gives it to Trippier. Trippier now plays the ball back into Bruno. Bruno on the angle of the penalty area, plays the ball 5 yards again into Chow now. Chow dinks the ball towards the back stick. Voltemada tries to get there. The ball's fallen to Nali, who looked to shape a shot there. Gordon gives it back out to Burn. Burn plays in Bruno. Plays in Gordon, who fires the first time cross. It's cleared. Back to Botman. Chow on the halfway line now with Botman. Botman gets it out of his feet. Looking up and he's looking for options. Voltemada comes short. He decides to go long on the diagonal. Murphy plays the ball into the box, but because Voltemada has come short, there's nobody to aim at. Oh, it's too easy. Don't do that, Gordon. Stand your ground, son. Minte on the turn. He's been pressed by Burn, who gets the foul this time against Minte. Sorry, I should say for Minte, not against him.
Right, we're back, Gary, and we should have a better
lead
there.
Brilliant.
So anybody watching now, we are on 6203, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09.
09, 10, 11. Yeah, you're about 10 seconds behind mine, but we'll stick with yours because it's the same as that's on the clock. So,
yeah.
Well, it's nearly the same that's on the clock because, like I say, we are behind on YouTube as well. Verbruggen now, simply to Van Hecke. But again, there's a bit more urgency to Newcastle.
The last 5 minutes we've been a lot more.
There's a chance here for De Kruijper down this left-hand side, though. De Kruijper into the box, looking for Ruta. But again, it's a challenge. Well done to Botman and Burn there because Minte was trying to pick up the loose ball. Baliba. Into Ayari. Back to Dunk, who fires the ball out to De Kruijper. Again, Ayari just asking for the ball in that midfield. Van Hecker happy to run with the ball though, with Newcastle on the defensive. Ball fired in. Oh, we got a chance here. It's Brighton who tries to go square. I don't know what he was trying there, to be fair. And in the end, it comes away with nothing. The ball has gone out of play from Ayari. I thought Ayari was clear in on goal there.
Well, Gio left for dead there, by the way.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, he commits himself to the tackle, and because the deflection falls, I mean, that didn't go out of play, mate. That did not go out of play at all for Brighton there. Lucky, I must admit, because they've given... Oh, here we go. Jacob Ramsey's coming on, and Harvey Barnes.
Oof.
Minte goes long up towards Rutter. Again, it's 1-on-3 in Newcastle's favour, and it's come out with Bruno. Bruno feeds the ball out to Murphy. Murphy now being stood up and held up, if you like, by De Kruijper. It's coming to the back post. Oh, bad touch first time for Gordon. Gordon runs back into trouble, and Weaver gets a toe on it. It's fallen to Minte. Minte now got Dan Burn in front of him. He comes inside this time. Again, Dan Burn gets something more on Minte than on the ball. First time ball over the top for Minte to run onto, and it's stopped by Botman. Miley, we've got a gamble now. There's a chance for over the top for Murphy. Murphy with a shot. Oh!
I think it takes a deflection, doesn't it?
Murphy saying there was a push. A great ball, if I'm honest with you, from Bruno. Lovely, great run as well. This is what we hadn't seen in the first half. That diagonal run into the space behind all of the Brighton defenders.
Oh, he does get a push there.
He does get a little bit of a push, but I mean, it's you know, I don't think there's much there. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't get the ball out of his feet. He was never in control of the ball.
No, but the point was the way the ball was coming down, he had to get his balance right to be able to hit it properly, and that little push in the back prevented that happening, I think.
Botman now. Bruno. Bruno plays the ball into Murphy. Murphy, first time trying to feed the ball into Voltemader's feet, but again crowded out. Chow with a header up to Miley on the halfway line now. Miley gives it to Byrne. Byrne plays safe, gives it all the way back to Pope. Still Brighton 1, Newcastle 0 at the Amex, the Voodoo Stadium of choice. Tonali, Trippier, up to Murphy. Certainly a little bit more balanced Newcastle since Murphy's been on, I must admit. Botman, up to Byrne on the halfway line. Byrne again looking to play the first time ball towards Anthony Gordon. Decides to go back to Botman. Chow now. Great ball up towards Bruno. Bruno sees Murphy on the outside. Murphy gets it out of his feet, flies the ball in, and that's out for a corner to Newcastle. This is the first one. Oh, he's gone. He's disappeared.
That's
the
it.
Lucky dog.
15 minutes for the rescue dog to work.
It certainly was. The Chronicle was right when they said the gamble. Trippier throws the ball in. There's a couple. Oh, Dan Burn was. Yeah, I think that more or less hit Dan Burn. Oh, it was Botman, sorry. Then it was a shot, but it was like a deflection from the cross from Trippier, and it falls straight back into Verbruggen's hands. Really weird. Verbruggen now goes long again, centre. Comes all the way to Chow. First time, he touches it, gets good control. Gives it to Trippier. Trippier gives it straight away up towards Murphy.
Nicely.
Murphy with a reverse ball to Voltemader. He's got time to turn. Plays the ball into Bruno. Bruno manages under the challenge. Gets it out to Miley. Left of goal. Brings it back into Anthony Gordon.
Nicely.
Gets it out of his feet. Bruno now. Bruno's looking to go back onto his left-hand foot. Plays a nice ball into Dan Burn. Dan Burn with a cross. And it's deflected out for another corner to Newcastle. Off Weaver. Little better, if I'm honest with you. It's that dog.
A lot better.
Welcome, Luke Chapman, who's a Northampton Town fan. Welcome on board, buddy.
Voltemora's had about 4 touches in the last 10 minutes, which is as many as he had in the rest of the game put together.
Looks like Murphy's going to take this one, or is it Tonali? Ball into the box, good cross. Oh, I thought that was going to come onto Botman's head. It's cleared by Brighton. Out to Trippier. Ball over the top again, looking for something to happen. Dan Burn keeps it into play.
Gets it in.
Has he? What? I thought everybody's standing still when that ball's in the air. Come on, lads. Some momentum. Oh, Trippier now with the ball over the top, but surely Palpy, the sweeper, is going to play this one back. And he does, and Dunk does what Dunk does. Plays it back with his head to Verbruggen. Again, Brighton looks so comfortable playing the ball in and around. They're so confident at the minute at the Amex. Good ball over the top there for Kadioglu to get onto. He's got loads of room to run into because Trippier had moved forward. Plays the ball over towards Minte. Too much juice on that one from Kadioglu. Minte keeps the ball in play though. Again, Minte tries to... Oh, I don't know. It's awful. I don't know what he was trying there, Minte. I think he was trying to shape one into the far corner, do you think?
His hands up.
Yeah, well, like I say. Tonali's coming off, I think. And Anthony Gordon.
Oh.
Now, that surprises me. Harvey Barnes and Tonali off. If anybody I would have bought off would have been Bruno in that situation. That has surprised me massively. Ramsey's come on, so Bruno will sit in the deep zone. Miley will probably come across to the right hand side. Ramsey will stay left hand side. Milner and Baliba have come on, and Simas for Brighton. Don't know who this lad is either. Milner will come into left back, or right back, I should say, for Wifa. But they're going 5 at the back by the looks of it, because they've taken Reuter off. And Simas, they're probably just trying to keep hold of what they've got now. Simas with his first touch, plays it back. And again, they go long. But there's nobody that far up the field for Brighton. All the way to Pope. Pope now plays it out to Botman.
Yeah, why can't we see some hoofet from Pope?
Jacob Ramsey there with his first touch. Oh, Botman miscontrols it. This could be a corner. Well, he keeps it in play. Plays it back to Pope. Miley on the corner of the Newcastle penalty area.
Just get rid
Burnt,
of it.
just give it to Botman. Again, no real press up towards Jacob Murphy, who gets beaten in the air that time, and it's fallen safely to Pope, who throws it quickly out to Trippier. Yeah, Trippier now looking for some movement, and he comes back on himself. I think it's Miley who's gone into the deeper role, the Tonali role now, and allowing Jacob Ramsey, and that's terrible from Murphy. That was awful. Free kick there on Kadioglu. But again, it's that 50-50 ball, isn't it? Really, really poor. So Miley's in the 6, Ramsey on the left-hand side, and it looks like Simas has gone into the 10 role. Hecker now with a long ball over the top, looking for Kadioglu. It looks like offside there to me, and he was. Milner just trying to orchestrate that defence. How old's Milner now? Has he got to be 38? Something like that?
Oh, I would say probably more.
First touch for Milner. Gets the challenge in, goes out.
I'm frightened to touch my computer at the minute. While
no, that's all right, mate.
The feed's on mine.
Okay, no worries. Stay as it is because it's good. Chow into Botman. Up to Ramsey. Ramsey now on the half turn. Gives it back to Chow. Lots of Newcastle bodies now in the Brighton half. Murphy looking for movement. Plays the ball. Oh, dearie me. Deflection. And it's saved from a corner. From Dunk. It's passed out for a throw into Newcastle. Wasn't a great pass from Murphy into...
no, it was poor.
But luckily he gets the deflection. Trippier with the throw-in. Ramsey. They've all got these bloody orange boots on. Bruno, there's a coming together. Bruno does well there on the half turn. Shot across the box. It's come to the back post. People are putting their hands up for handball here. I don't know how it's fallen to Murphy. Murphy with the shots, and it's over the bar. Everybody's asking for a penalty here. I'm trying to find out what went on.
He's going to be having a look.
It was a ball. It was a shot from Bruno. He does well actually because it's a coming together with him and Kadioglu. He keeps hold of the ball. He does a nice turn, shot across to the back stick.
Then did you see him?
It is.
Did you see him pull it back after he did it?
Yeah. There you go. It's handball, mate. It's handball from Whiffer. His hand is here, look. When the deflection comes up off Botman.
As soon as he hits it, he pulls it straight back into his body.
Yeah.
Guilty.
His hand is away from his body when it makes contact. So, it's interpretation on this one. I mean, I can't see it being given, mate. No. He's saying his hand was in a natural position, I think. Jesus. Off the deflection.
And they're not even showing it.
No, there you go. Told you. So it's carry on as you are. Verbruggen out to Van Hecker now. Van Hecker plays the ball through the middle. That's so easy through the middle. Jacob Ramsey tries to get the ball back, but it's played out to Minte on that left-hand side. Minte fires one in. Jacob Ramsey's back in the Newcastle penalty area. It's up now to Voltemada, back with Bruno, who gets it off him. And there's a challenge from behind from Milner, I think it is. Oh, it's not. It's Timas. And Welbeck's questioning the decision. You'll probably see it better here. There was a shot. It comes off the knee, and then how is that in a natural position? Interesting. His arm's out when the ball strikes his hand, so they're classing that as in a natural position. It's ball to hand rather than hand to ball. Hey, no look.
Nice.
Good ball over the top from Bruno for Murphy.
Lovely
now.
one-touch balls there.
Yeah, Murphy now gets the ball under control. He plays the ball back on the angle to Bruno. Into Miley. Miley to... Yes! What a goal from Voltemada! What a goal! Voltemada with a back heel.
Just say not.
What a goal that is!
Come on,
there's nothing.
Dog.
Get in, Big Nick!
Come on, Big Nick!
Get in! Out of nothing as well, that.
Yeah, that was superb. I mean, the last sort of 2 minutes we've been battering them. And
I thought Moley should have shot, but I mean, he plays it square, and it's like
football from start to finish.
Oh, it was quality.
Was
fired in from Bruno.
Ball.
Then it was a square ball from Miley. What a finish that is. That is a quality finish.
Man. Look at that.
Big Nick with big goals.
Look at that, man. Away.
You want to watch that a few times. Come on, lads. We've got the bit on now. Come on. Let's do this. I'll never be sick of watching that one. Here we go again. We've got Harvey Barnes now running through the middle. The deflection's come to Murphy. To Baltimore. Just a bit in front of him, and Van Hecker happy to get it away from him.
Panic now.
Newcastle are on the ascendancy here. All the Geordies in the back are all on the feet now, singing their heads off to Big Nick.
Hey.
Come on, Big Dan now. We're waiting for Big Dan to throw this ball. Into the box, get it into the danger zone. We've caused nothing but trouble with these throws. Ball comes in, it's long, over everybody. Oh, Verbruggen slaps, it's come out to Bruno! Oh, over the top! Oh, Bruno! Deflected, I think. It falls to Bruno on the volley here, and he hits it first. Oh, yeah, well done. It falls to Bruno, and he's hit it beautifully from a flap from Van Hecke. And it's Kadioglu who actually gets his thigh in the way, and the ball goes over the bar off the deflection. Oh. I thought that was going to be bulging.
Because I couldn't believe how he missed it.
No. Oh, it was on target. Ball into the box from the corner. I'm getting too excited. Oh.
Whoa.
You went down like a sack of spuds there, Van Hecke. A little bit of a touch and contact from Voltemada. I've got to have a drink. I'm getting a bit dry.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. The rescue dog has worked yet again.
Well, 1-1 now. Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Newcastle 1 in the 79th minute. Ooh, it's got all exciting. Yeah, like I say, it was a good block, if I'm honest with you, from their defender. I think it was Kadioglu who got the final touch on it. Long ball cleared up the line. Again, Harvey Barnes trying to get hold of that one. Didn't quite get hold of it, but it's come back to Miley. Miley gives it to Chow, who gives it all the way to Pope. Pope doesn't waste any time. Fires it forward up towards Voltemada. It's fallen nicely to referee.
The same man, he just...
Referee, get away.
Decision, because he's as big, he literally just stood there, let the ball come to his body, and he gets penalised for it.
Yeah, that's BS. That is from the referee. He's just gone over. He's actually jumped underneath that ball, De Kruijper there. He was nowhere near that ball. Anyway, it's a free kick to Brighton. Come on, boys. Let's keep it down. We're on the ascendancy here. Come on. Ball over the top, looking towards Pope. He's got it, claims it easy. Poor ball in, to be fair. Come on, Popey. Deliver the goods, son. Just throw it out, Popey.
Just kick it out, man.
Botman. Up to Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey gets it out of his feet. He again just jiggles backwards and forwards. He wants Milner to commit himself forward. Back towards Botman. Botman now square to Pope. Chow goes out onto the right-hand side. Chow now into Trippier's feet. Trippier plays the ball inside. And, bad touch from Murphy, but he managed to keep hold of it. Plays in, nice ball into Jacob Ramsey. Ramsey on the half turn. Gives it to Dan Burn on the halfway line. Dan Burn gets closed down this time now by Minte, and it's a throw-in. Should be to Newcastle. Harvey Barnes now throws the ball in. Jacob Ramsey. Ramsey picks the ball up, gives it to Miley. Ramsey again. Miley, just again, 5-yard passes, keeping the play going. Back to Botman, back to
but not forward.
Chow. Well, keeping hold and committing bodies, that's what we need.
That's where you want the balls.
Yeah, that's a nice ball inside from Murphy into Bruno. Bruno into Voltemada. Back to Murphy. Murphy now got a chance to get the ball into the good area. Murphy fires one in, but it's well played by Dunk. Calmly heads it back under pressure.
Was calmly headed back or not? I think he got a bit fortunate there.
Well, all I'm saying to you is he didn't put any power into it. It was like, cushion header back in the air towards the keeper. So I think the keeper was always going to get that, to be fair. Verbruggen goes long. Botman now. Let's see if you can do as comfortable. And he can. Back to Pope. Pope gives it into the feet of Trippier. Trippier now looking for options. He goes on the diagonal, looking for Burn. Burn first touch, beautiful. Into Miley. Miley into Jacob Ramsey. Ramsey now out wide to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes brings it back to Miley on the halfway line. Miley into Bruno. Bruno Lovely. On the half turn. Gets a couple of yards, plays the ball out to Trippier on this right-hand side. Trippier's got Murphy if he wants to run. Murphy now, he does the run and he takes the player with him, but he plays it back to Chow. Back to Trippier. Chow. Trippier now back into Miley. Miley's looking for the movements of players in front of him. Gives it to Botman. Botman now looking again. Gives it back into Miley. Back to Botman. Square to Chow. Chow. Gives it to Trippier. Trippier now down the line to Murphy. Murphy's looking for options. He's getting in the back from De Kruijper. Ball over the top towards Voltemada, but again, it's too easy for Brighton. Simis gives it to, I think, is that still Wifer right back? I think it is. Again, too easy for Brighton to bring it away from their defensive zone. It's out to De Kruiper. Again, it's closed down by Trippier. That was out of play, I'm sure of it.
Oh. Yeah,
Brighton now with Dunk.
Poor ball.
Yeah. Milner, again, just slotting into the back when he needs to, or into midfield when he needs to find that extra body. Milner plays the ball up towards Ayari. Ayari now plays the ball square to Dunk. Not put enough on Dunk, if I'm honest with you, to try and isolate him. Oh, there's a chance here for Brighton. There's a good challenge. It's come to Welbeck. Oh, Nora. That's again shit defending. Absolute shit defending. Danny Welbeck from the edge of the box. Just so easy. It's just straight through the middle again. I mean, what are we doing? I want to see that again. I mean, Dan Burn gets the challenge in because he's coming from the width to try and close the space down. They fire the ball in. Weeford on the run. Dan Burn comes in to close Weeford down. Botman and Chow are nowhere near. And the midfield is nowhere near Welbeck, who's just got a free run on. I mean, you've got to say to yourself, should Dan Burn commit himself or should he stay on his feet? I'm not sure who's to blame there, to be fair. Because, like I say, nobody's picking up Welbeck on the run because everybody's got their eyes on the runners going through the middle. Oh, all that effort to get back in the game, and it's just, God blimey. It's disappointing because the lads have worked so hard to get something out of this. Oh, Welbeck and Voltemada's having words here, and Mr. Paulson's getting in between them. Danny Welbeck's not really been involved in this game at all, has he? And straight away, you've got to ask yourself, oh, Asula's coming on. Who's he coming on for? The skipper, Bruno. Well, we've gone. Now we've gone gambling time.
Well, mate, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you might as well lose 3-1 and have a go. So Asula's gone up top with Voltemada. Will Voltemada sit in the slot, do you think?
No idea.
Anyway, Newcastle off again. Miley, Trippier. Trippier gives the ball back to Chow. Back to Botman. Botman now just, again, trying to get something moving. And the ball's ricocheted several times off Dan Burn and Milner. Sorry, not Milner. Minte. He's pumping the crowd up. Oh, you're going to get a yellow card for that.
He's telling the linesman.
Yeah, he's having a right go at the linesman. Ball thrown into Brighton now. Again, Minte's gone down under the challenge. Jacob Murphy loses the ball, though. Sorry, Ramsey, not Murphy. And there's a chance here if Newcastle get onto this one. Ramsey got half a chance. It's a great challenge, to be fair, from Dunk, who's got... he's twisted his knee a little bit there on that last dish challenge because there was 3-on-1 there for a minute. Miley out to Trippier on this right-hand side. Gives it to Murphy. Murphy now on this right-hand side. Murphy brings it back to Chow. Chow looks up, plays the ball into Ramsey. Ramsey going backwards into Botman. Burn to Barnes. Barnes does nicely there. Out on the outside. Barnes looking to the to the back stick. Plays the ball back. Oh, come on, shoot! Oh, it's deflected and then cleared by Brighton. I thought Voltemada was in for his second there. Couple of deflections. Great ball, headed back from Murphy. Hair swiped the first time, and then it was Van Hecker who throws himself at the ball and gets the second block in.
No, I think the first one he connects and it deflects back to him, and he hits it again.
Not sure what referee is holding up here. I don't know what's going on. No, he's saying carry on. So they must have been doing a check again there for something. Oh, Dan Burn with a big throw again into the box. It's cleared by Van Hecker. First time shot from Murphy. Deflected out for a corner.
Come on.
Is that a corner? Because all the Brighton players are putting their hands up. What's that for?
They're making two substitutions.
The 11 is coming off. That's Minte.
Coming off.
Yeah, he's not had a very good game against Dan Burn.
No.
And Coppola is coming on. What's Coppola?
I'm not even going to try and show you.
No. I'm going to put Coppola where I think he is anyway. And Welbeck's coming off. Yeah, bloody hell. Danny Welbeck. Who's
Can you
coming
imagine
on
what Arsenal would have done if it still had him?
Oh, yeah. Kostoulis is coming on. So forward for forward, like for like. 2 shots, 2 goals from Welbeck. Corner for Newcastle anyway in the 90th minute. Come on, Newcastle. Ball from the outswinger. It's Chow. Oh, just going wide of the post there from Chow. Ah.
Oh, dear.
Whether there was a slight deflection there from that header from Chow. Didn't. Somebody's gone down. I think it's Milner, who's doing what all players do at this time of the game. Just taking a breather, slowing the game down. Certainly looks like Newcastle have gone to like a 4-2-4 formation.
6 minutes.
6 minutes of stoppage time, everybody. Hold your horses. Ball long from Verbruggen. It's headed up from Miley. Again, it's just huffed up into the air from Brighton. Oh, Dan plays it back towards Botman. Botman gets back towards Chow. Chow now to Trippier. It's very much backwards rather than forwards. Up to Voltemade. Voltemade gets challenged from behind by Milner and gets the free kick there. Trippier going to take the free kick. Come on, boys. Put the bodies in the box.
It's a laboured trot across there.
It is.
Voltemade, wasn't it?
Very laboured. Floated in there towards the back stick. Trippier goes up. It's coming towards Dan Burn. Oh, big Dan Burn. He swung a leg at it, but it was just in front of him from the header down. I think that was from Botman. Anyway, there's a chance here for a little bit of a breakaway from Brighton.
Well done, Miley.
Yeah, Miley did well to hold him up. It's fallen
One
again.
fact, it wasn't. It was Asula. Well done, Asula.
Yeah. Again, it's fallen back into Brighton's path now.
Very well done, Asula.
Weaver down on that right-hand side. Plays it into, I don't know if that's the new lad, Kostoulis, or whether it's Timas out on that right-hand side now. Weaver, there you go. Throw in to Botman from Dan Burn. Again, we are 4 minutes left of the game. Chow. Trippier. Trippier's kept going, to be fair. Nice little touch. Chow's carried on his run forward. Chow down this right-hand side. Chow plays the ball back to Trippier, inside to Miley. Miley's got Ramsey, gives it to Ramsey on the inside. Ramsey gives it to Botman on the halfway line, into Dan Burn. Barnes out on the left-hand side. Barnes now comes onto the inside, gives it to Ramsey. Ramsey's looking to go left again, to be fair, and he gives it left. You can see that by his body shape. Barnes throws the ball into the box, up towards, Baltimore, nearly with a header, but again, it got deflected, took all the pace off it, and it's easy for Verbruggen to pick up. And now, here we go. The Brighton players have gone down.
Stop the clock.
It's just time. It's all about seeing the game out now. How close was this? Headed down by Botman. Oh, it's just stud's length, isn't it? Oof. How close was that?
2 inches.
Yeah.
If I only had another 2 inches.
I wouldn't be doing this. Oh, dear. So close. And yet so far. Come on, boys.
Well, sadly, I won't be joining you for the reaction because I'm away out to celebrate.
Yeah, because it's Amrit's birthday yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys. Welbeck.
I can imagine that reaction will be fun and games time.
Well,
the knives are being sharpened in the chat as we speak.
The problem is, we spoke about how we play post internationals, and it's continued, mate. To be fair, we don't react, even though it's a brand new team. It just seems to be a Newcastle thing. We don't react well to international breaks.
Well done.
Oh, it's fallen to Brighton now. Brighton again on the diagonal, just clearing the lines now. Kicking it anywhere.
Anywhere will do.
Yeah. Into the last 90 seconds now. Trippier. Throws it across towards Botman. Botman straight out to Byrne, who first time into Ramsey. Ramsey now. Again, just stopping momentum a little bit. Well done to Miley. Miley into Chow on the halfway line. Chow looks knackered, to be fair. Into Trippier. Oh, Megs. Back to Chow. Into the box.
Man,
not quite directed. It's given to Ramsey. Get out of your feet, Ramsey, and have a go. Byrne now on that left-hand side. Gives it to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes with a cross shot. Oh! And Asula follows through. Oh, Asula. Time, lad. Jesus. I don't know why Harvey Barnes was trying to shoot from that angle, but you can't really fault him from what he's doing. He's just trying to get it on target, and if there was a spill, it would have fallen straight to us.
And that was nothing, that, by the way.
No, exactly. And we are into whatever the referee decides to add on. Jeez. Eddie Howe's questioning the time. Trippier now. Ooh, well done.
Come on, straight out. Get it up. Up now.
Kadioglu there and Popey coming together. Botman now running the ball towards the halfway line.
That's it. That's the ball.
Ball over the top, looking towards.
Anything can happen. Anything
go
can
on.
happen.
Keep firing it into the box.
Boiling.
Oh, there's a
That's it.
foul. Now there's a foul on. Oh, Dan Burns going to get a telling off, and he gets a yellow card. I don't know where. Dan Burn, he's not happy. It's the first yellow card I've seen in the game, to be fair.
Yeah, there should have been
97 minutes. Yeah, there should have been a yellow card in the first
5 minutes.
couple of minutes, to be fair, with Minte flying in. I think that is it. It is.
That is.
Oh, dear. I can't believe this, to be fair. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Again, the voodoo at the Amex continues. We will be doing the show directly after. Right now, so come and join us there, guys, if you wouldn't mind, for your live reaction, and then we'll go from that. So thank you all for joining.
So, how are the lads?
Lassies and Bens. Have a lovely night. Win. Take care, everybody. See you on the next one.